child in Valorant has heard the tale before about the cursed mummy boy who felt his heart no more. So sad and lorn, the helpless lad, Amumu was his name. He ventured out to find a friend and learn about his bane. For many years, young Amumu traveled through the lands, determined to make friends if only they would understand. But even when Amumu stood upon the ledge of home, his hope would disappoint him, and he
Hello, everyone, and welcome to week number 5 of the CCS Apollo League. I am back, joined once again alongside Crawl. How you doing today, Crawl? Enjoying this this orange and blue sky filled Monday?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. It's actually two teams that I'm pretty interested in because I know a bunch of players on both teams, so it's definitely going to be interesting to watch these teams.
Yeah. So tonight's matchup is going to be XSV Hydra versus Gojo's Gym. Currently in the standings, Hydra is sitting top of Group B at a series score of 4-0. And then Gojo's Gym got some work to do as we approach the end of the split. They are currently 0-3 with 2 game wins and a total of 6 game losses. I mean, I am curious to see how Gojo's Gym reacts or comes into this week strategizing, because Hydra was on stream last week. Their entire game plan was shown, so there is reviewable material. Um, and I mean, knowing some of the players on this team, you got Young Cali, Unique Frosty, Mikasa Ackerman. These players, from what I've seen, have been able to do things in the past. But I mean, XSV Hydra is going to be one massive beast to take down.
Yeah, and they already grab it Zahen, which is I think a pretty good flex between the Espada and Sutek. If I'm not wrong, they also played it last week, which was pretty successful again. But to be honest, I think with Gojo's Gym, they're still yet to play one of their game against New Origin, so I think picking a win up here would be huge. Going back to the draft, we see a Shyvana answer. I've actually seen a lot of Shyvana soul lane as well, so I don't want to say, oh, this is Shyvana jungle right away, especially with them being red side, but yeah, I think Shyvana is in a really strong position, mostly with the AD Bruiser build that I've seen, but there's been some AP iterations in the top lane as well.
This is one of those times where you got to start wondering if Sutek or someone on this Hydra team can play Silas. Because 90% of the time, if you're playing Shyvana, you're banning Silas, because that champion, if he's able to take your ultimate, just becomes an absolute monster on the Rift. Um, Silas is like that with a lot of champions, but with Syndra especially, something to do with the ratios makes the champion an absolute monster. Caitlyn locked in alongside Shyvana, with a couple of nice pairings still available. You have Seraphine's gone, obviously, but you have Nico, you have Karma, both really, really powerful. I like the Alistar to preemptively uh, counter that Nico should they decide to go for it. Curious to see what they pair it up with, though.
Yeah.
Um, Not a whole lot of firepower currently coming out from this blue side, and I don't know if Jin is the AD I wanted to Shyvana.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's still a lot of options for Gojo's Gym to go for. You can still do Karma. You can play a lot of champions that will just punish that Alistar that is just not named Nico. Again, you can also just grab Silas if you want, like into the enemy team that already has the Alistar. Right? That's like one of the best ultimates for Silas if you're really looking to grab something. They'll instead go for the Morgana, which is yeah, again like still a counter pick into the Alistar. Your WQ will never do enough damage to break the shield, so pretty safe pick. Plus, it can be flexed to I think jungle and mid at the same time, which it can like come in handy for the future picks in this draft as well. And they will ban probably 2 tank champions from Espada.
Yeah, I mean, is this Zahen going 100% to Sutek here? Do you think?
Uh, if I don't remember wrong, that is like one of his most played champions. I know Espada to some extent plays it, but I think it is most played champion for Mr. Sutek. So I mean, you can still maybe they would have cover banded Kane. There's just so many junglers taken out of the pool at this point that like I don't know if any of these champions are flex, what they would actually answer with. So it is going to be Shyvana jungle at least for the red side. I wonder what they're going to look for.
And
I don't think
very
this.
curious that Renekton is the blind, right? Like I feel like most
Yeah,
of the time we would be taking like a solid mid, think of like your Victors, your Auroras, something along those
yeah,
lines. But instead we are blinding Renekton. I guess you do take away sort of the champions that get to scale alongside it.
yeah. This Silas makes sense here. You were talking about it. I mean, there's not really a lot of punish for a Silas here, especially if he's able to grab the Shyvana ulti. There isn't really anyone that can contest him too much. I mean, the Caitlyn can be problematic, but like Jin is a pretty okay matchup into the Kate. So I wonder what they're gonna do. The only reason I can think of that they're picking Renekton here is that they're flexing that Morgana to mid lane.
It looks like it's gonna be maybe Silas jungle, and the
Yeah,
Zahen top. So as I've played this matchup a few times as the Silas, and it's very free to just fly into the backline with Shyvana R. You get the
yeah,
massive fear. You do so much damage as you fly over top. You absolutely do enough to break Morgana's shield. And it looks like they're going to get that victor anyway.
yeah,
But I am really interested to see how this Silas plays. It has great dive partners with Zahen and Alistar. Um, Anivia will be nice to try and keep away some of these frontliners for the side of XSV, and also just slow down the pace of the fight. Allow both Caitlyn and Morgana to sort of spread out and kite a bit if possible. Um, I I'm very curious to see how this bot matchup goes. I imagine it's going to be very heavily favored towards Kate Morgana. Um, but Sutek should be pathing towards this bot lane to make sure that there's not too much pressure going on their tower. And we'll have, the advantage of this Alistar being able to, force snap plays with flash pulverize into potential headbutts, as well as this Oriana ball going to be so strong later on top of the Alistar. But I mean, moving to the side of Gojo's gym, they scale so hard on this red
yeah.
side.
I mean, they scale. I think the only question mark that I might have for them is just like your mid and your jungle picks are just like kind of really weak until level 6 hits. So it might be a little bit hard for you to like play really safe because especially for like the Silas jungle, you almost at any point on the game have a gank pressure with your E. So as you said, like a flash pulverizer followed by the Silas can definitely be problematic if you're not paying enough attention, if you're not good with your vision. And yes, you scale well, but if this game starts to get out of hand, the Silas gets a couple too many kills, or this Jin gets ahead, then your win con slowly starts fading away and the game can slip out of your hands really fast just because Caitlyn really strong early, really strong late, but that mid game has always been the issue with Caitlyn's. So if you drop the ball in the early game, that's going to be a miserable mid game that you have to kind of play through. So I think it's just going to come down to execution. Now, realistically, looking at the scores of both of these teams, I think it should be XSV that will be kind of on the that will have the lead on the execution front. I think last week when I was casting them, Sutek, even some ganks, like it didn't look well, but he was able to punish a lot of flashes, burn a lot of flashes, or at least get the kills. So I will be interested to see how he pilots the Silas pick.
Yeah, I mean, we got to talk about a little bit about the pitfall of the Silas pick, though. Is that versus a champion like Shyvana, if you are not being very efficient with your clear, you can start falling behind very quickly. And the plays that you do decide to go for need to be well thought out and well planned so that when the execution happens, you're making sure that you're able to capitalize on as much as possible. Um, if this were me on the Silas this game, starting on blue side, I would absolutely start my Raptors and clear and do like Raptors red Krugs and try and see if I could get a quick gank onto bot side with my Alistar level 2. Because realistically, you want to be able to play for this melee v melee matchup, but you also want to try and relieve a little bit of the early game pressure that's going to be coming from this Morgana Caitlyn. And if the gank's not there, worst case scenario, you're able to base for an amp tome, but it offers you the opportunity to impact a lane and allow your Jhin to not get absolutely oppressed when, I mean, the champion is not amazing at farming under tower. Jhin, depending on the mastery, is very hard to
Yeah.
CS when you have, only you have what, technically 5 last hits available with your grenade in a 6 minion wave. And that's if the minions are at perfect HP. Um, and on the other side, if you're Frosty, you can just clear down, have no care in the world, just path into your dragons. And if nothing is happening in your lanes, if your Renekton is just chilling on the top side, you're laughing. This Silas can't do anything to you pre-6. And if you're able to stack a dragon, and then also, I mean, most likely with the push that you get from the Anivia at level 6 and the pressure from Renekton, you should be able to have a pretty good shout at doing those grubs too, especially if Gojo's Gym are able to, do a swap, which probably won't happen. I don't expect it to, but it definitely would be a a a very easy thing for them to do with the amount of pressure they're going to have on the bot side. Um, I know it's more of an advanced thing to do to to swap for
Yep.
grubs, but
I mean,
it absolutely could work for them.
yeah. I think yeah, I agree with everything that you said. I think Sutek does need to do what you said, just because I think if he doesn't do that and this Shyvana is like allowed to free farm and get to level 6 without being pressured to help his lanes out, then you're just going to start again. Like you have 2 lanes that will start getting prior really heavily, especially once Anivia hits level 6. And not only that, it is a really hard team comp to walk into. Yes, you have an Alistar. Yes, you have like a Zahin. If he comes from a flank, he can be pretty impactful. But you will be walking into K traps, like a Morgana that you don't see if you don't have the vision set up already. Anivia will permanently slow you. And yes, you have an engage, but it's not a Malphite. Like Alistar still needs to get into the range of the Caitlyn, off the backline for your engage to really mean anything. So I think it's again was one of the reasons why I said execution. That like Gojo's Gym, if they have the right setups, if they have played the lanes correctly, I think they do have a pretty advantageous spot. Just gonna like, are they going to be able to set up the objectives, set up the vision, and play accordingly? We're gonna see.
I was muted because I coughed. We're good now. Before we head to break, I do want to remind everyone real quick about Rage Bait. It's a wonderful new feature we have here at the CCS. Are you interested in rage baiting your friends or potentially some players and coaches that are being shown on stream? Through pure CCS ingenuity, we have made that possible. For some channel points, which I think got lowered to 50K, if I'm not mistaken, you can get your message shown live on stream during our games, just like in the LCS. You want to bait even more people? CCS subscribers get 1 free Rage Bait per month. For now, there's only 1 Rage Bait per game, so get in there quick as it's first come, first serve. There's no carryover from month to month either, so make sure you use it or lose it. DM Flay, Redacted, or any of the CCS mods for questions and requests, and then make sure that you're also linking your Twitch and your Discord accounts, as there is a subs only channel in the Discord. So, with that said, we are going to take a short break while we load into XSV Hydra versus Gojo's Gym, Game 1. Hello, everyone. We are on the Rift now for game 1 of our week 5 matchup of XSV Hydra versus Gojo's Gym. We got XSV Hydra on the blue side and Gojo's Gym on the red side. Nothing too crazy going on early, just some boards being dropped across the map. And yeah, we are live here, so we are back. I am back.
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised by. I guess it's only one, but Summoner's rune choices. Gale Blades on the Caitlyn. That's something that you see quite often, especially when you're playing into a melee matchup. You might be able to stack the lethal tempo pretty easily, but Woody Chris going for the more bursty rune choice, and the Q will miss from Wayne. But they do already grab the prio, which should allow them to hit level 2 early as well, and just keep the pressure. You did say about the Raptors red Krug start, and you might see it. We might see an early game from Sutek.
And there are no wards available on the bot side. They have all been placed on the blue, in the lane bush, and on the Raptors. The side of XSV just needs to make sure this wave doesn't start bouncing away too early. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to make anything happen. And Sutek should just press B here. There's nothing on. There's nothing here. But it looks like they might still be looking for it. I guess this was the game plan for the time being, and maybe they're aware of the wards. But Sutek is now spending a lot of time bot here, and it looks like we might be able to go for this one. As looks like, yeah, nice abduct onto the Caitlyn. Hooded Chris going very low, forces both the summoners. As flash forward from Maddie, not going to be quite in range, as Hoodie Chris is able to walk this one off.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you
Sutek
get.
Stop chasing. As Young Cali going lower and lower, Espada might be looking to go for potential flash E. No, not gonna do it for the time being, but
yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's also a smart choice from. Oh, as we say that, we see another fight. Probably not gonna happen after the root hits, but it's a Conquer versus Grasp, so Espada's like playing it pretty well, just taking short trades with his E and his Q, and just trading back really effectively into Young Cali, who is trying to play Conquer. And not only that, the Doran's Helm versus the Doran's Shield. Young Cali is just like getting the worst side of these trades. Maybe he's...
Yeah, I think Espada's like very close to killing Cali here. Will land the W, pops that bone plating, so it will not be available for the connect. Cali is so low. Sutek needs to make something happen here. If this play does not go well, if they do not kill the Renekton, Sutek could be in a lot of world of hurt here. Espada going to take a tower shot as the stun lands from Young Cali. Conqueror now fully stacked. Espada super low, trying to make that last grass proc. Not enough mana for the Q. Oh my goodness, Sutek needs to do something here. Just go forward, force a flash, make a decision. Young flash forward from Young Cali. It's going to be first blood for the Renekton, and Sutek now going to be here to clean this one up. A 1-for-1, and a lot of wasted time for the XSV jungler.
I don't even know if that's like a worthy play. I think at that point,
it is not.
Go clear camps and tell Espada, yo, bro, just take a reset. You're ahead in CS. Everything is fine. Like now, Espada burned flash, died when he had a lane lead, and Sutek.
There's no way we're walking back to the Sutek. There's no way we're leaning back towards this.
Is it just like
Shyvana will be here
at this point? Like,
I mean, may as well. Level 3 Sutek now here with the blue buff available. Young Cali no flash, but Unique Frosty is here as well as the abductor to land onto the Renekton. Now Young Cali going lower and lower. Shyvana is here. Espada does have the revive passive available to them. Might be getting very low. Yes, Young Cali will fall first. Sutek trying to get a little bit more as the Kingmaker is going to go, but no, Sutek will trade himself for Unique Frosty. And I mean, kills are nice and all, but look at all the XP on the map. Sutek has cleared 4 camps and a crab.
I think that is not your biggest issue either. Oh, interesting headbutt, but like all of his camps on the top side are level 1, so it's like when you kill them, you're not even gonna get enough XP compared to what Unique Frosty is gonna get when he's going to go down and clear these camps. And like with all those times spent, I mean, and if you hit level 6, there was no pressure there. The bot lane, you blew Caitlyn's flash, but you haven't been able to do anything. It's gonna take you a while for you to get there as well, and Maddie is also chunked.
I think that was just a lot of wasted time for what I might call a minimal return. Unless he can snowball the gold lead that he got from the kills, but I don't even know if it's actually a gold lead.
I mean, in items it currently is. In camp XP, it will not be. The Shyvana is now clearing her second spawn camps, whereas Sutek is finally hitting the second spawn camps to the bot side, but is not going to have those respawn top camps for a while. And if Frosty is able to just keep going and just make sure that they're able to cycle their camps on respawn, it is going to be much better for the Shyvana for the time being. But I mean, Sutek has a fair amount of gold in his items currently. No flashes, as you said, available for the bot side. And I mean, this game is still very much so in favor of the side of XSV. They're up 1,000 gold with only 1 kill. And I think a lot of that has to do with the CS leads in top and mid. Just look at the mid lane.
26, 62 to 47. Kind of brutal. They did spot Sutek as well, so a little bit of wasted time again. At least he doesn't have camps up.
Yeah, he's in good time. He can do what he wants. Oh,
I mean,
we're gonna lane gank. Oh, young Kali though, gonna go in. Pops the ulti for the time being. Unique Frosty is here. Does have the Dragon's Descent available. Will be fearing Espada as the ulti will come out from the Zahen. Will it be enough though? It does not look like it might be. Is able to land the slow on to young Kali as now Maddie's handbag down to the bot side. Rooted up is going to be Wayne 27, and then Morgana going so low, but it's not going to be enough. A kill for the side of Gojo's gym.
Yeah, I mean, great play, great punish onto a spot on the other side of the map. And a little bit of just like, again, overforced gank. I don't think it was specifically bad, but you're just trying these plays where like all Sutek needed to do, I think, was just be able to get to level 6 and use Shyvana ulti.
I don't mind that gank because
I mean that one's like a good look, but
yeah, and he's back in time for his camp respawns. I feel like these are, I mean, we're both junglers on cast if you can't tell, so we're very critical of what other junglers do. But I mean, I feel like a lot of what's going on has to be on Unique Frosty as a very nice wall, and the egg gonna be popped. So BKP gonna be coming out on top for that one. There's a very nice amount of chunk going to land onto Astro Boy. But a lot of it is on Frosty. I feel like if the Shyvana was just like, yeah, this Silas is trolling, like, I'm just gonna cycle my camps. I feel like Shyvana could be up almost an entire cycle.
I mean,
but
he
it's
should
only
be up
maybe 3 camps
probably.
currently, and a dragon probably too, you're right. But Sutek is getting bailed out. You know, Frosty has been playing okay, but Kali did a great job on that top side, making sure to trade the kills back. Is ahead on gold, at least in terms of kills. Very close though, going in. Does not have the ulti available to them for the time being. Unique Frosty is now here as Sutek has decided to go towards the top side with their entire bot camp up. And Unique Frosty looking for an angle onto the bot side.
He has his ulti charge fully stacked up. We're just seeing trades there as well. I mean, Maddie's handbag will have ult. I think it is a
it does have the
rough
unbreakable, so it shouldn't be too concerned. As Frosty is going to try an ulti down onto the Jin. Maddie forces flash, but it will be the ace in the hole. Not quite enough damage. And the XSV Hydra AD will walk away with a health bar blinking. And on the other side of the map, it was the Grubs going the way of Sutek. So a good trade for the side of XSV. But now Dragon is on the menu for the Gojo's gym members.
Yeah, I mean, Sutek actually has an opportunity to just grab the Shyvana here as well. They have also rolled. They have
Shyvana on. Boy, not quite enough. He's going to be able to grab the Dragon's Descent. Sutek in this bot side trying to make this fight happen. Will be able to turn into the Dragon. Astro Boy trying to zone them away. Sutek stuck in the pit for the time being, but no, Wayne 27 will follow their jungler shortly. Flash forward from the Silas, trying to find some damage down onto Anivia. Flash now from Astro Boy as well as Hoodie Chris is just going to walk this one out. Gets a lot of damage onto BKP, but it will not be enough. A 3-for-0, but the Dragon secured for Gojo's gym.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're the side of Hydra, I think you just take that. That is a lot of extra gold, a lot of like just snowball that you can use for your mid and jungler. And again, just like a little bit late. I think Frosty could have taken that dragon way earlier, and it's just like not maximizing when Sutek was doing all those things topside. Now you just give him an angle to like, yes, I'm down a lot of camps, but he's making up for it in the kill department. And you can see he already has the Sork shoes, already has the
Yeah, Sutek is very fed.
rock belt, like, and on the other side, the Shyvana. You're still yet like anyone on Gojo's gym is yet to finish either.
I will say, I think in next game, Frosty needs to hold on to the yellow trinket a bit longer. Sutek now is here, has not hit a camp. But the ulti from Espada gonna land down. Young Cali pops Dominus, trying to do as much damage back to the camp. Dragon's head will land onto Sutek. Flash from the Renekton will not be enough. Sutek trying to walk this one away. Espada does have the revive available to them. The abduct is gonna go wide. Unique Frosty might be able to trade themselves here. Yes, will do. As the junglers trade, but it will be a 2-for-1 in favor of Hydra.
Another 2-for-1. These Frosty's able to pick up the shutdown. Young Cali Flash is trying to get away from Espada and kill Sutek at the same time, but just not enough damage comes through, and I think Sutek healed just enough with his W to survive a little bit longer and make the trade a 2-for-1. A TP coming from Espada, but
from behind. As the flash hit of a pulverize will land out to wait. No black shield available for the Morgana. Espada might be gifted a very nice early Christmas present, and it will be a kill for their Jhin. I say Espada got gifted. It's gonna be Maddie.
yeah, I mean, it is actually a pretty interesting Zahen build. The Iceborne Gauntlet, he's just playing the tank.
Does this
like,
does that
front
scale
line.
well? Does this scale well?
I don't think it scales well, but it definitely doesn't allow the Renekton to run over you in the laning phase, especially with the adaptive helm as well. He gets the
It
egg.
pops the egg. Yeah, very nicely done.
Yeah, it's just I think Astro Boy like
Just recently got that back too, so just making sure that this Anivia doesn't have the safety of an egg
It's
in one
the
of these
faker
big
strat.
team fights. Yeah,
No, it's the
exactly.
faker strat. You burn shockwave to make sure that you're, and then get back to full HP anyway. Maddie is here though, no egg, and this Alistar is close. Pops the heal for the move speed. Stun gonna land onto the Alistar, but it will not be enough. BKP getting the kill onto Astro Boy.
Yeah, and not only that, that is a disgusting CS lead in the mid lane. 40 CS in 12 minutes. He's pretty much.
I called the Nivea faker. I should have said BKP is Chovy with the CS numbers. Holy moly.
Yeah, I mean.
Dominus popped. And it will be Frosty here again with the Dragon's Head. No flash available for Espada. Very nice hitting of the CC. The stun gonna land. Young Cali trying to walk him down to Espada. Very close. Does get the revive. I don't know if it will be enough though. As the resurrecting Zahen should be able to get another E available, but it will not be enough as the pull is gonna get 2. Frosty is gonna go down here. No, not enough. Use the flash. And it will be 1-for-0. Another kill going the way of Young Cali. And this top lane matchup, we talked about, you know, the Iceborne Gauntlet. I feel like if you have like a Triforce, I don't know what the top lane Zahen build is. I imagine it's another Sheen item, but I think it's just Triforce, no?
Yeah, I think it's just Triforce, Sundered Sky.
Or Stride Breaker. One
Yeah.
Of the two.
I mean, I've seen people build both. I don't know if
What the heck just happened there?
But like I feel like when you're playing into a Renekton and Caitlyn, I think you're just fine with just finishing your steel caps and then just going
Yeah,
doing
and
your
then going
regular
a Death
build.
Dance later.
Yeah, like, I
Exactly.
think it would have been enough, but I mean, he just most of the deaths that he got is from the ganks, so maybe he just didn't expect to get pressured this much by the Shyvana. But I think Gojo's gym is not in the worst spot. Most of this gold lead. Oh, another fight in topside. No passive
Yeah,
for a spot.
we're fist fighting here. It's fine. Conqueror will be able to be fully stacked here
Yeah.
from Cali though.
Like I mean,
If they're able
what's
to get
this?
some rage back.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have dominance. I think if he does, he definitely takes that long fight. Because
It's gonna happen
like,
in a few seconds time.
yeah, I think an extended fight with these items should favor the Renekton, especially with the Conqueror. But
Oh my
oh,
god.
I mean, that is the full burst.
Oh
full
my
A-
god.
Yeah, that is the full burst Orianna right now with that much CS and 3 kill lead. But like, what I was gonna come down to is just most of this gold lead is just from the mid lane right now. Like it is just BKP against Astro Boy.
Oh, and the Astro Boy got one shot.
Yep, and I think it's just gonna get worse. He needs to finish a Merchants or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that Zanivia is so squishy, but I guess the tier 3 Magic Pen boots are just that powerful, as well as a full Ludens.
And Luden's the extra alternator. It's just like a lot of burst damage. Like if you get hit by the initial initial ability, and like as a Nivea, it's just you're just more playing reactive. Like your cooldowns are higher. Like you're just trying to ult and push the wave. But if you're not being careful with your positioning, you're just gonna get poked out every time you open up the ulti. So,
I mean, realistically, every wave should just be Astro Boy pressing R and Q on the wave so it disappears, and then standing as far away from BKP as possible. And they should just do that for the next 15 minutes until it becomes too painful for BKP to walk
actually
through.
not playing. Like
That's true.
Unless Astro Boy's like a different, like he's just.
No,
he's
Astro
like,
Boy is a sub.
Yeah. So.
Is a listed sub.
Yeah.
So it is not Mikasa Ackerman. As it looks like Unique Frosty is back on the top side. Dominus popped as well as the Herald. Sutek is going to be driving the Herald. I don't know if...
I mean, he's just
you know what? Let's find out how this goes. We'll be able to land it onto the tower. Will not kill it, though.
I don't know about that one.
And the Abduct, not going to be enough. The Dragon's Descent will knock down the Silas as Astro Boy is now here and takes another massive chunk from a Command Dissonance. As BKP trying now. For the bot side, exhaust trade summoners used from Wayne as the disengage with the headbutt. And now we are in a stare down.
I think he was going to look to exhaust into an ulti, but he just had to black shield himself so he doesn't get knocked back. He just, Maddie's handbag plays it pretty well, and nothing really happens, just a burned exhaust. But it was a pretty interesting play from Sutek. He has a couple of these almost every series. Like it looks like he's playing a really good game, and then you just see this, and it's like, is this the same guy?
Do you think he meant to pop? Do you think he meant to pop the Herald, or do you think he was trying to sweep and just forgot he had it?
I mean, I would
to me it looked like it was one of the situations of, you know how like back in the day you would train yourself to just make sure you popped your sweeper before you picked up the eye. It looks like maybe he tried to do that and pressed his trinket too late and just popped the eye instead.
I would normally agree with you if I didn't know Sutek. It quite literally could have been just Sutek.
Wayne 27 is in a place you should not be. Ulti pop, Black Shield used. He's gonna get stunned themselves by the Alistar, and it will be a kill going the way of Maddie as Young Cali now fully stocked Conqueror and no mana on Espada as well. Might Thornectin try and do something here? Doesn't seem to have the confidence to follow through with this Dominus. I'm really confused what the look here was for Cali. You popped Dominus. Espada didn't have any mana. It looked like such a good opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. Plus, I'm really surprised that Espada is going for this tank build and hasn't built a Bramble West. Like, I feel like, if you're going this way of like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna be tanky, build a bunch of armor. You just build a Bramble so you can actually trade with the Renekton that has the Conqueror, that has the healing on the Q. I mean, Astro Boy is gonna lose his egg if he doesn't respect the positioning. He almost does there. Probably gonna be forced to back. And
at this point, should BKP have just gone Storm Raiders? So did Chris. I don't know if Chris needed to flash there.
I don't know. This bot lane is really trigger happy with their flashes. Young Cali flashes himself.
Young Cali gonna flash with the W as BKP just gonna walk this one away. And Wayne 27 is going an interesting build here on the Morgana. A very expensive first item gonna be that Zhonya's. So no utility coming out from this Morgana for the time being. That's Unique Frosty now here. This Shyvana really is sort of your only positive thing that's going on, as Astro Boy and Espada on the top side are getting into it. Wayne 27 going so low, the root gonna land. No Dragon's Descent available. Dominus now popped from Young Cali, trying to walk this one out. That's very nicely done. Sutek will fly over, get the fear onto Young Cali, but it might not be enough. As I might be completely blind. I thought the Frosty was when they got caught.
Astro Boy also dies.
Astro Boy dies on the top side. Dragon spawning in 8 seconds should be all green for XSV Hydra.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see Vayne finishing an item anytime soon. He just keeps sitting on the Seekers, and your next component for that build is a large rod, which is
a lot of gold.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold that you don't get as an 0-4 Morgana. The only way that works is like if you're taking a lot of turrets with your Caitlyn and like you can just get a couple kills. But I mean, not only the fact that like Kali was bought and was just burned flash for nothing, Spada got a solo kill, got a turret, and like pushed a couple more waves as well. So the one lane that you had that was like kind of winning is like now probably in an even spot. That's Dance just finished for a spot, a really defensive build, but he is going to be really tanky against this comp that the only AP damage realistically is going to be coming from the Senivia and maybe a little bit from the Shyvana. So I just don't know.
This Zahen will never die, but he also will never do any meaningful damage.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't know if he really needs to. Oh,
what the heck? You know what? I feel like Kali might have died there if he actually commits that.
He has the dominance.
You got
maybe
close.
Not.
It would have been
Maybe
close. It would have been close.
Yeah, but like
I mean,
BKB
he has
definitely
dominance,
is
but he
really
has
scary.
0 MR.
Yeah, that. Oh,
Not a
now he
shred
has
of
a little
MR
bit.
is on this.
A little bit.
Oh, that's
now.
true. All right, I'll eat my words, Kali. I'll eat my words.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Caitlyn
he
also
just
going
realized-
Caitlyn also going an interesting build here with the Mortal Reminder second. I guess it's just that kind of game as Maddie walking next to Maddie's handbag, as I just realized now the synergy of their names.
Yep, I think it's Levantine. That is Maddie's handbag, but yeah. I mean, you look at the gold. It's just like almost every lane is just
Sutek?
behind at this point.
DP gonna get caught now by Frosty. Does have the Dragon's Descent.
Oh,
the
the
Orianna now going low. Flash pop to Shyvana trying to walk them down. The tower is there. Shockwave
He's slowed.
gonna create some disengaging. Black Shield now onto the Shyvana as the
Defensive
curtains
Jingle.
call. Yeah, used to keep their 80 carry safe, and honestly, I feel like you're kind of chill with that. As Maddie's handbag now gonna go in with the Held Up Pulverize, trying to pop the Unbreakable. Wayne will flash forward to try and get a lot of CC, but it will be Sutek now going forward, trying to get some damage back onto the other team. Will be able to get the stun onto 2 and a kill down onto Wayne, but it might not be enough. Maddie's handbag now trying to chase down Hoodie. Chris gets the stun.
Oh,
And
nice.
the headbutt, very nicely well done. BKP will be able to clean that one up, and it might be Baron on the table for the side of Hydra.
Yeah, I think it was a good look initially on the BKP, just trying to get that 1k shutdown. I mean, blowing his flash is a good first step, but then they're just left overextended, and Sutek punishes them for their overextension, trying to kill BKP. They're gonna go for this Baron. I mean, Astro Boy has TP. This is not the fastest dying Baron right now. I thought with young Kali doesn't have dominance. Maybe they just don't feel comfortable enough fighting this
I
into a
think we
really
get it
strong
with Maddie
Orianna.
full shot. It should be okay. Down to
Oh.
3k now. Young
Jump
Kali
in.
is here.
Steal it.
Maddie is close. Does have the 4 shot available.
Oh,
Fortune
my
is
God,
stolen by Young Kali.
Oh
The
my
Renekton,
god.
the hero of Gojo's gym. As the rest of the fight is happening around in the background is spotted. We're gonna clean up Wayne. As
is
now
low.
young
Nope.
Kali trying to walk this one away. As Spada might have bit off more than they could chew. Sutek here gonna miss with their chains. But it will be
That's,
Gojo's gym wearing purple in the end.
I just don't know how you can really.
I mean,
mess
4
that
shot
up.
brought it down to 22
Yeah.
HP.
It's just
I
like
mean,
a
you
small
just gotta
miscalculation, I
hold it a
guess.
little bit longer. You just gotta hold it a
Yeah.
little longer if you're Maddie. You gotta
Or
trust.
like, I don't know, time it with like an Orianna QW when the HP is low.
Yeah,
You just
maybe.
gotta do something.
I
And
mean, that's one of the things that can throw a game. That's a
I mean,
massive,
we
like-
mentioned the late game like potential for this red side, and this is like one of
Feel
the ways
for
that you
Maddie.
get there.
Yeah, I'll start popping the Unbreakable. Not taking much damage here, but will be
Oh, Maddie
stunned
down.
up for infinity as Maddie goes down.
Another
Maddie's
shutdown.
handbag should follow shortly after.
Oh,
As Kali now
Hydra needs to be
going
careful.
forward, slices, doesn't have dice, but it looks like that will be that mid tower now on the table. As a Spada
I mean, there's
left to
Baron.
defend it on their own, and with the Baron, it could go down very quickly. They might be looking for more than just the one. Dragon spawning in 30 seconds. I would like to see Gojo's gym take a quick reset while they have the death timer advantage. You don't need to be here as 5. You can buy, you can spend the gold. You're still down 2,000, so every cent in your pocket is worth so much.
I feel like
when it comes-
Anivia should have some gold, like definitely. There's no
I mean,
way. you
whoever
just-
got, I mean, getting kills onto Maddie and Maddie's handbag, you're so
Yeah.
close to your Archangels. If you are a Nivea, you're probably What item is Cali building, and why do they only have a Negatron and then
BK
started building
getting
Death Dance?
so much gold on the side. Like they're now deciding to reset, but it's just so late at this point.
I mean, it's too late. Sutek is going to try and go in for this. Going to pop over and might try and use...
I mean,
Nope.
he gets
Oh, no, it will be. Sutek gets the seal. And it will be third Dragon now going the way of XSV. And on the other side...
pushing the mid tier 2 at this point, or like the bot lane turret. You just gave so much. You gave top tier 2, top tier 3, and you got your dragon stolen. Especially when you have Baron, like, you know Dorian doesn't have TP because she TP'd to the top lane the previous fight.
They might not have it tracked, to be honest. That's
Maybe
sort of my
not.
thought.
I
Spada
know
here.
Spot is here. But yeah,
I
I mean,
don't know
great
where
play
Maddie
from
is.
Sutek. He gets them onto the soul point. Kinda threatens that like scaling factor that we talked about with the Caitlyn. Oh, Caitlyn's getting
Maddie
flanked by
Sandbag
Gal.
looking onto Caitlyn. Hoodie Chris will flash away from the Pulverize. As that will just be a quick Hattie do from the Alistar.
I feel like this Caitlyn should also be sitting on some gold. Like I am pretty sure he had those items before the dragon deal, and I think he even got a kill in between all those scuffed fights.
Possibly. Yeah, I mean, where are Gojo's gym supposed to attack here? What is the goal?
I mean, I
Are
think
we praying to now get 3 more dragons? Or are we just gonna keep fighting at soul? What are we looking for?
I think the idea for them should be just you want to play on the objectives for sure. I think like with the gate traps, you just want to finish the IE, get strong enough. Kelly just
Dominus
popping
pop
the
to Spada.
Dominus.
Does have Wayne in the back. Spada, like we talked about, not going to do a whole lot of damage. Does have the passive available, so will be able to revive. Fails the E, pops the ulti. Will get revived in just a second now. As they are getting a fair amount of healing, but there is no one who will be around nearly
that's
fast enough. Sutek
close
is on the way, but that is a massive heal. Dark Binding landing. Wayne gonna pop the ulti very early as Sutek is now here. Black Shield will stop the Abduct from knocking up young Cali, but it will not be enough. As the Renekton is going lower and lower, but the Spada will burn to the Death Dance in just a moment. Dominus now pop from Sutek. Wayne flashes away, lands a nice Dark Binding, but Sutek has gone gold, and the Curtain's Call gets canceled by the Anivia showing up Abduct onto young Cali, and it will not be enough. Oh no, just kidding, the Renekton goes down, and it will be a 2-for-1 in favor of Gojo's gym. But looking at the top side, we said it before, and this has been a staple. Ex-BKP split pushing the Orianna.
I don't understand that Astro Boy is not matching the Orianna. Like you just open up your ulti, and it should be really hard for you to for BK to really pressure
just
that much
anyone.
without waves. I mean, I can understand Hoodie Chris. It's like a little bit risky. A bit more risky.
I mean, you set up a trap. You set up a trap line, and BKP either has to step on a trap to walk through and take a massive headshot, or just let the wave walk in.
I mean, realistically, at least with the TP and all that, Anivia should be there. I mean, I agree. If Anivia is not doing it, Caitlyn should do it. But
Someone needs to.
yeah,
Now you
someone
have
it has
supers.
to be communicated. Yeah, and the enemy team is going to have Soul on the next dragon, and now somebody has to go to that side lane, because if you don't, the game is gonna end with stacked supers, and fed AP champions do a lot of damage to turrets.
This is a very hard leaning top side coming out from the side of XSV, as Espada will now try and start a fight with Unique Frost. He does have the Dragon Descent available, but might be trying to save it for this Dragon. Head of a pull drive onto 2 as Espada goes in with the ulti, but the kite backwards from the side of Gojo's gym is very nice. A massive pile in the middle as 2 go down now. Young Cali trying to walk this away. Sutek with the Anivia ulti popping as it drains their mana more and more. Unique Frosty takes so much damage from this Anivia. PKP now doesn't have the shockwave available, but for the time being, it's just for 1-for-1 as Hoodie Chris might have gotten a little bit too close for comfort as Sutek now trying to find their counterpart on Gojo's gym as Frosty going lower and lower as the Abscond Abduct will land onto the Dragon, and it will be the Dragon go down as Hoodie Chris not quite going to be able to land the trap. It looks like this fight is trying to be extended by the side of Gojo's gym, but it will just be an extended 2-for-1 in favor of the blue side. And look at the base. The supers are knocking.
I mean, they could potentially go for a Baron there, especially with the enemy jungle down, with so much CS being had to answer. But that is the one issue. Regardless of how fed you are, how many items you're gonna get, you just don't really have that much DPS onto the Baron. So you can always control it a little bit. I mean, like even in the current state, the fact that this game's a 2K gold lead is
It's reassuring, I feel. No?
yeah.
Your Caitlyn's on 3 items. She's reaching the point where these autos will start doing a lot.
I mean, you
And
are
with-
at the point where you want to be as Gojo. Like, sure, you would want like maybe this
Oh, but we're dropping a midway
little
for
bit more
this.
item. I mean, if you will be able to
This
catch
trap
this,
line
that-
is very
that
defensive.
is-
Hoodie Chris. As Dark
Wait.
Binding will land. Dominus
This-
Pop trying to get the rage. Young Callie not going to be able to get that dice. As the headbutt will not be followed by the pulverize. And now
Without
Dominus is just going to
Dominus.
wear it out here. Sutek now will be able to have Morgana ulti
Oh
exhausted.
my
But very nice
God.
combo onto 4. And it will spell defeat currently surely for the side of Gojo's gym as Shyvana trying to do the very
I
most.
think it's game.
But Espada will clean this one in the back and it will be an ace for the price of Maddie's handbag and a wonderful shockwave headbutt pulverized combination. And that should be a very, very clean soul point now as we
They just said
salute
the
the
game,
fallen.
They both TP top.
We don't question it. We don't
Like,
question it.
there's like there were like 20...
We might have TP on mid and top, and we might have 2 supers streaming into the base,
They might
and
still
they might
be able
still
to end,
be
by the
dead,
way.
and they could still just walk in and end.
They're just nice guys.
This is
They're
about
actually
no.
nice guys.
You know what? I appreciate this. I appreciate this, C-Tech. This is
actually-
about breaking them mentally for the second game.
Yeah.
You want to
I mean,
extend this pain as long as possible. I think at this point with that fight, the gold lead certainly
might as well get
will make it
this
seem as though this game is unwinnable. Ocean Soul as well versus an Anivia, who
triple in
is
it,
just gonna have her,
probably. It's gonna
yeah,
die to
triple
minion.
Ocean.
Oh, it doesn't.
I think a spot could.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's spotted. Like it's almost worth to actually kill that inhib before the flash because that means double supers, Baron is up. You have it.
Yeah, and then you can get Baron, and then just as long as you exist with Baron, the minions just
Yeah.
end.
I mean, this
Um,
Anivia is not strong
has-
at all. So she.
Has XSV actually based and purchased items?
I don't think so. Do they need to? I don't
Probably
know.
not.
Probably not. But that's disgusting gold lead in the mid lane. I mean, that is pretty much the whole gold lead. Like if you look at this game, like 7K, 7.7. That is
We're gonna
all
try this
onto
one
the
again.
BKP. I mean, the fact
jungle
that
is
Gojo's
very
gym
dark.
is just stacking on top of each other.
I
willingly
don't
is
know what's
also
going
interesting.
on.
Like they're just all sitting on top of each other, which is like, you want the exact opposite. Like you want Renekton to come from an angle and Shyvana to come from another, and then like with the trap line.
I don't mind the
and
Shyvana in the front. I don't mind Shyvana in the
Yeah,
front.
I mean, but I
Shyvana
think
will be able to
it's
peel with the
gonna
ulti. Have we started Baron? We have finally started Baron. Down to
Finally.
7K. Now 6.5. Now 6 as they finally have caught on and Espada decides to start walking back. But it will be XSV Hydra wearing purple as they try and look to close with an out flash forward from Espada. Their team not quite there yet. But Zahed is taking no damage as Young Callie is quite the opposite. Wayne trying to create some space for their team to kite back. But it will not be enough as Maddie's handbag as well will be able to last even longer. As it will be
That's
2
the
down
chance.
for the side of Gojo's gym. And Astro Boy trying now with the ulti to control the wave, to clear the wave. Espada is just not going to have enough to get on to Hoodie Chris, but it will be another Dragon's Descent. One last attempt. BKP taking no damage from Unique Frosty. And the last bastion of defenses for the side of Gojo's gym fall as Maddie knocks down the bird. And Caitlyn falls shortly after. And that will be game number 1 going the way of XSV Hydra.
Yeah. I mean, I think this game could have been a lot cleaner. That one oopsie around the Baron, 14 HP left, and like Young Callie jumping in and stealing it. It definitely stalled the game a bit longer than it should have. But like at the end of the day, the lead that they got from just like the laning phases were just too much, at least for the mid lane. Like I think it was just BKP was just so far ahead that like every single team fight, like one shockwave lands, at least 2 or 3 people die, and you just didn't really punish. I think like if you're Gojo's gym, Sutek opened a lot of avenues for Unique Frosty to get much more leads. Like he could have invaded his bot side multiple times, could have taken the dragon earlier and maybe get the stacking going, especially when you're playing with a Caitlyn into like it double ranged into a melee support matchup. they definitely could have pushed it a bit more, but with them just not pushing the tempo early on and then just pretty much hanging on to the game by a miracle, I think it was just expected that Hydra would finish this game at one point with that big of a goal lead in the mid lane between Doriana and Anivia.
Yeah, I mean, and going into game two, I feel like if you are Gojo's gym, you got to hold on to your yellow trinkets more. Just drop them, scatter them as much as you can to Sutek's jungle. Try and keep an eye on what the XSV jungler is doing because he's spending a lot of time just sitting around, going for plays. It's the type of stuff that in game, I'm sure you have said at one point, and I have said many a time, where it's just that play, with respect to Sutek, he did win the game. That play is so stupid. How does that ever work? And meanwhile, while he's been sitting in a top push for 30 seconds, I've been expecting that he's, like finishing his clear and is here to counter gank me. That's sort of what I was thinking about when Frosty was going for that bot play with the dragon just sitting there as Sutek, was hitting grubs with their entire bot side and dragon
Yep.
just free for the taking. I'm just like, if only there were some wards that could see what the XSV jungler was doing.
Yeah.
Not even, many wards, but just like, one or two to see like, okay, this is the general area. This is how long he's been there. And if he doesn't show here, he must be doing something else.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think there were
it's
just like a lot of points in the game that like they just kind of lost to that like missing vision line, like not resetting when you get a couple kills after a miracle Baron still, and they get the kills, two or three of them, get some shutdowns. The gold lead is cut to 2k. You just don't reset, don't spend the gold, don't match the top side. BKP just gets some free gold back when you could have probably punished them for it. It's just not making use of the opportunities that you got. Like you made like some miracles happen and you made some of them happen, but you just don't make the most out of it. And when you're playing against the team that is just the only undefeated team that kind of made it like an easy work out of the other, like their sister who was also um not undefeated, that was the other undefeated team in the league. Like you just cannot make those mistakes.
yeah. Um, I mean, that said, I mean, any final thoughts before we send it to break? Any sort of like, if you had to summarize, the
Uh,
the
Better
learnings from game
vision.
one.
I
Better
mean, they
vision,
just
sure.
better vision, punish the enemy jungle when they do stupid stuff. All respect to Sutek, I will say. And then yeah, I think just playing. I think they played their lanes pretty okay. Like bot lane
Yeah,
was pretty fine for the most part. Top lane was winning. I mean, maybe it's a bit on as spot as troll build that I would say. Like not troll, but like utility focused build. And like the only issue was the mid lane. It is an easy, like it is a sub, so maybe they're just not used to playing with him as much. But yeah, just like a little bit controlled, a little bit more decisive mid jungle, and I think they might have a chance at taking a game two and forcing
fair
this to a
enough.
game three.
Well, in the effort of trying to get Gojo's gym a chance to take XSV Hydra to game two, or game three rather, we will take a short break while the teams discuss the changes going into game number two. So stick around. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are here with the draft for game number 2 of Gojo's Gym versus XSV Hydra. We have swapped sides, as you can see on the screen. We are banning away. Not many different bans, I believe. I think maybe Hydra changed up a ban. I don't think it was a Senna ban last time. I think it was another jungler, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah, I
But
think it
Jarvan
was
and Hecarim,
Trundle.
taken off the table. Both very strong junglers currently on the patch. Very good at setting up your teammates. And with the Seraphine
I-
taken off the board, I don't know if I've
Jax P1
seen.
really? The
I don't know. It's
typo?
been playing for this. I like the I like the Scion. I was gonna say Trundle is still available, so they might be able to match it. But the Ornn,
Just
sorry,
the
I'm just
handshake
envisioning in
scaling.
my head. We're going from Renekton Zahen to Scion Ornn.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting. Ooh,
I think it's. I mean, this is a counter matchup that the Chinese and Koreans really like. I haven't seen a lot of success from Diamond comp, to be honest. But I mean, it's just an okay matchup if you really want to play for it.
Em-
And I mean, Rek'Sai can also
Vayne
be
is a
flexed. It's
Vayne
not.
and Rek'Sai both very flexible.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, you can definitely be a Vayne top with Rek'Sai jungle. I just don't really know if Espada is really the Vayne type,
I
but
also don't like showing Vayne this early. I think if you wanted to play a range top here versus Scion, I feel like Varus is a lot better,
yep.
even after the nerfs. I think the champion is just absolutely disgusting. Um, Shauna gonna get
Stronger.
locked in though, because I think you're getting some hate in chat for your shirt, Crawl.
Hey, I mean, they can hate the shirt as much as they want. You gotta rep our clubs. I mean, I was gonna wear a Turkey shirt, but I'll buy it when I go to Turkey, hopefully. I mean Tristana. Oh, and also yeah, the Knicks. We're repping the Knicks.
Sorry, I just I'm not trying to take away from the show, but
I mean, it is what it
to quote
is.
my local psychopath, "Orange and blue skies, baby, orange and blue skies."
I mean, we do
Um,
see Jax and Tristana. Is this ever like a Scion mid? Or like is this like a Jax
Probably
jungle
not.
show?
It's probably
Is
just Jack's jungle, unless it's some weird Scion jungle stuff that they play.
yeah.
Which
I mean, I
actually
mean, I'm also
let me do
pretty
some
interested in the
research. Let me do
Tristana
some
pick as
research.
well because um, i- okay, what is even happening in this draft?
It's
Is this
we're
just
playing
Nasus
Rek'Sai top.
jungle?
We're playing Rek'Sai top, Nasus jungle, Vayne 80 carry.
I
Okay.
mean, I don't
Um,
know how Nasus Jax work. Like, I'm assuming it's just Jax Nasus, but like Nasus can wither the Jax, which kind of like
I
doesn't
think
allow
it's
him to
more
do
like we're just
much.
expecting that nothing is gonna happen, and Sutek is just gonna farm to
Yeah.
50 minutes,
I mean,
which
like
I
you have
mean would
some
be a
crazy scaling on both teams, like Scion late game, an incredible tank. I mean, Vayne is one of the ADCs that will like just melt him though, and then you just have a Tristana, which who like if it gets to the late game, level 18s, the highest range ADC in the game when she's able to scale. So
yeah. But do you
I
know
don't
what her
know.
range is, and do you know how many magnitudes more Tristana is? How how does Vayne play versus Jax and
Yeah,
Tristana? As you see,
I
Janna
mean,
and Lulu banned, as well as Leona and Nautilus banned.
it
So
takes
trying
some
to keep as
incredible
many.
fighting.
I don't hate a karma here. If you are the side of XSV, you're able to get a lot of speed ups for your vein. You're able to give her all of the steroids needed to absolutely shred through. You're able to. What the heck is happening? I'm so lost.
We're just picking stuff at this point. I don't even think like.
I
I
don't
mean,
hate Milio.
I'm assuming it was
Milio is
going to be
fine.
Zyra's support. Yeah, I don't hate Milio. I personally would like to see Milio like kind of like when there is like a more definitive champion that you're picking it for. Like there's a Maokai, a Lilia. It just makes even more sense. It will definitely help with the range disadvantage that Vayne has, with just giving her a little bit with the W. But it also opens up this avenue of you just kind of get a free pick of an enchanter of your choice. I don't know. I'm actually not. I wouldn't have been mad at a Sona just because this game looks like a free scaling fest. but we do get a Soraka. There isn't really a
This
lot
is,
of
by the way, this is
burst.
probably just NASA's top. I think we might be cooking a little bit too hard with NASA's jungle.
Really? I mean,
I
with
think
where
NASA's
both of these
jungle versus
champions have
Jax
been
is really
getting.
tough.
But I mean, it is tough. But like realistically, are you even interacting with the Jax that much? For the most part, you're just saying, okay, whatever. Take your hands off the keyboard and click camps and click Q every once in a while.
I mean,
Especially
they're
with the way that like Unique Frosty played. Like he never invaded, never tried to pressure Sutek even when he was wasting time. It's just like when you see that type of gameplay in game one, unless Unique Frosty does a full 180 and just completely changes his playstyle, uh, what are you really scared of? Like if you're Sutek, you just farm and like
so what I'll
gank and on
say
your off timers.
is the thing about NASA's jungle is that the trap that a lot of people fall into is they do their clear at a glacial pace. Because they spend too long trying to stack every small camp. When in reality, it's faster just to it's I've played it twice and I played against it once. And the person I played against had no idea what they were doing. Because they finished their first clear at like 3:30 because they were trying to maximize the amount of stacks that they could. And in the meantime, I double crabbed them, I got a ward on their top side, and I based to the point where I was able to meet them at their bot side, and they're just like completely homeless. And so while I think it is going to be NASA's top if this is leading me.
I think
We're figuring it out in a sec. We will figure it out in a sec.
I also think the main difference is just like NASA's. I think the main important is that you just get the big camps, like you just
Yeah,
get
you
some
want to make sure
extra
you're getting your
kills.
plus 12s.
Yeah, and
You
like
get your
the
12s
small
to
ones
chill.
you can like it's just like 3 stacks. Like it's not the end of the world. I mean, being said that, I think Jax is also like one of Sutek's most played. So I don't know if you would willingly pick a matchup like you'd like Nasus into it. I don't see a lot of Nasus jungle in his match
I
history.
will Well, I will say I don't see any Rek'Sai for Sutek or any
Yeah.
Nasus for Sutek, and I definitely don't see any Rek'Sai for Espada.
So it's just
Um,
as I
so
said, I think they're just picking.
we
They're just
watched
picking
too much
stuff.
LEC is what's happening.
Yeah.
Who it is Sion?
Then is it Nasus top? Do we know? Um. Oh, it is okay. Okay. It is Rek'Sai
Perfect.
top, Nasus jungle. So we know that.
So
I mean, Sutek. If I hope he doesn't play Nasus like he did Silas. That is the one thing
so
that I.
this is Sutek is playing a champion counter to his nature. He's playing a champion that never wants to leave the jungle unless they really have to. If I'm being honest, if nothing happens on the map for XSV for the first 12 minutes, 15 minutes, are you not just laughing? Are you not just having so much fun that your Nasus is completely unkillable? Your Vayne is farmed to her first item. BKP probably has, I mean, given how much he's farmed, probably has 50 Cinder stacks at 15 minutes. And then Espada is just chilling as well, soaking the push from Young Cali, which, by the way, I'm surprised there was not a single Trundle in this game, but I mean, it is what it is. What I will say about this draft for the side of Gojo's Gym is that it is very good at peeling away a Nasus and a Rek'Sai. You have the Huayfear, you have the Scion who can stand in front and slow down the Nasus. You have the Buster Shot from Tristana. You have the Counter Strike. You have the Silence from Soraka. There is a lot of stuff that can make life very difficult for Sutek. I think the problem that they will face is how they're able to kill Sutek without dying to Maddie before that happens,
Yeah.
and
I
before
mean,
dying to BKP before that happens.
yeah. I feel like the issue that I see with Hydra is that they will get outranged really heavily. Like especially the later the game goes. Like BK, as soon as the scatter is used, you just need to start like being really careful and like the range that this way is going to hit is just way longer than like Maddie can walk up to or anything like that. And there isn't really any like good like Milia ult angles either, unless like young Kali or unique Frosty is getting like an insane stun on the front line and Milia
You're,
is not hit by it by any chance. It's just going to
you're
be
cleansing you're cleansing the Hui fear so Nasus can keep running forward.
exactly. But like I think like both teams do want this game to go to some extent late game. It's just going to come down to like who plays these team fights better. And like last game, even though I think there were points where like yes, Hydra was up a lot of kills. I think all of the kills actually happened like when BKP was just killing Anivia on the side lane, or like the last team fight. Obviously, when you have that much of a lead, it will just be a fight. But
What I will
like,
say,
there were fights when they were down 5-6k gold that like Gojo's gym were able to kill them. So
yeah, no,
I
they
don't know.
absolutely were.
It's going to be interesting.
It absolutely will be. Crawl, before we get into the break, I am going to remind any players and to anyone who is participating currently in CCS, either now or in the future, that we are trying to bring back the CCS revival replay runs. Um, we have some tech that allows us to watch and download replays even after the client patches. So for the players and team reps, all we need from you guys is to upload your raffle files of your matches to the hashtag Apollo Replays channel in the Discord. Make sure to include all the game replays and team sides for the games just so we can get it in our system. The main goal of this is just to make sure we have our matches on the CCS YouTube channel. So we all have the access and potential to watch all CCS matches week over week, and instead of just the streamed matches. Sometimes they will be streamed as well, so we might be able to get some of your games streamed. So make sure to upload them to Apollo Replays in the Discord. And again, make sure to link your Twitch and Discord and sub to the channel because we have some elite sub nonsense going on in the channel. But with that said, we are going to send it to a quick break before we head into game number 2. So stick around. We'll be right back with Gojo's Gym versus XSV Hydra. We are back now with hello, Baron. How are you doing? Welcoming us back to the Rift for game number 2. Oh, and there it goes. Well, we'll be seeing more of that later on in this game. I'm sure this game will go more than long enough for us to see a couple of Barons. But it is always nice to see the Purple Worm show his face here on the Rift. But yeah, we're here now. Game
Yeah,
number
they're
2,
just starting
do
to
or die for Gojo's Gym. What do we think, Crawl? Any uniqueness about this early game so far, or are we just I think the only thing I see is pressy attack on Frosty is a little bit interesting.
Yeah, I mean, PTA on Frosty, and then an interesting exhaust choice coming from Woody Chris into a bot lane where they can cleanse the exhaust. That's like you're giving them a reason for the cleanse to actually do something.
Yeah, Hoodie Chris could have taken cleanse themselves for the late game wither.
Yeah, I mean, you could have done that. You could have taken barrier for the lane. It's definitely
Sutek is still
going to
hitting
be-
Grom. Sutek is still hitting Grom.
He's delaying. He's trying to
Oh my
maximize. Exactly what we talked about.
Fine.
And I'm not gonna lie, this is some really bad trading coming from the side of Gojo's bot lane. Just because, like, you don't win those trades unless the Soraka is landing these Qs. And Espada jumps in to take a trade. Not a bad
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
just pretty
I
even.
am curious if Espada actually knows why this is a counter matchup. I didn't know this. I was not aware of this, even though I played a lot of Rek'Sai in the past. That I did not know for far too long that your E did true damage at max rage.
Yep.
I was unaware of that.
Yeah, I mean, it does that. The whole idea is that you jump in, like, especially if you can do it when like Scion just starts the Q charge. You jump in, just stop him before he gets the stun off, and then his Q goes on, like that thing just his Q gets broken, and then you just kind of trade back. You can break his shield pretty easily with the E, and then you just fully charge your rage, and once you're out, you just heal back a lot of HP.
Even Espada just there. Eat without full rage. It's not worth it. The reason, I mean, it's just not worth it to E unless you have the full rage, because there's so much resistances for Young Kali, and you get so much more out of. See, by the way, a 320 clear, 318 clear for
Yeah.
Sutek.
I think
this is-
he at least he pathed the opposite way, but he might find. Okay, he's guiding it upwards.
Gotta wait 5 seconds for this Q to come back though. And he
Oh.
minus
So
12.
he goes so we cleared
Minus
slow
12.
to get all those and then miss on the mid.
It's all good. It's all good. Level 4,
It is
20
what it
CS.
is. It is what it
Jack
is.
spent just as much time on the map, so never punished.
Yeah.
Never punished.
He tried to run all the way. I think it is really interesting when people like try to do the double crab when they don't see the other jungler. It's like
Yeah. I mean, you can. I mean, if you don't see them on the first grab, you have to just
Yeah.
assume that they're. Also, this is an interesting choice from Sutek. A lot of the Nasus, or all of the Nasus jungles that I see for the most part, they are not Sheen first enjoyers. They're not Sheen item. I think they don't go Sheen until maybe even second item. They won't even buy it as an item because it's so expensive. A lot of them will just go
it's really-
Kindle Gem base.
Yeah,
And they will go for a very early protoplasm harness just to make sure that they're super tanky in fights. And also, like, you just don't need the Sheen.
yeah.
It's not
I
like
mean,
you're trading in lane and you really need to.
I
Anyway.
think the main reason why, like, it's kind of the same idea with, like, sometimes people don't do it on Wukong as well. You go, like, Phage, because, like, the pure stats actually, like, matter more. Because, like, otherwise you're just so squishy, you don't have enough HP, stuff like that. I mean, at least he's just not gonna get too punished because this Jax is also going for a damage-heavy build. That blasting will provide damage, but won't make him any tankier.
Yeah, on the other hand, Jax without Sheen is questionable.
Yeah, I mean, like you just get so many auto attack resets with your W.
It's fine. You know what? This is CCS Apollo. This is not other versions of CCS in the past. As Espada getting some good damage down onto Young Kali is a very nice trade, as this Scion is on the wrong side of the lane. Level 6 is available for both top laners, as Espada is trying to corral the Scion. Sutek is not moving just yet, as the ulti will come down from Young Kali, as Espada doing so much damage, and Scion going lower and lower, will use
Oh, the shield.
Prey Seeker. The shield so low. Espada gonna flash forward, gonna get the knock up, and it will be first blood going the way of the XSV top laners, now fighting on the bot side. Silence
Oh,
onto
the-
2, root land onto 1. Flash forward from the Jax, but a very nice condemn keeps Maddie safe. Goes a campfire, trying to give Hoodie Chris that extra bit of range, but will not be enough. As the XSV bot lane walks away, only forced to use all their sums but they're able to survive, and plus 10 CS as well for the side of from downtown.
Yeah, I mean, at least the laning phases are actually going better for the most part. I mean, yes, Young Cali died, but he's actually has a CS lead. You see that Frosty is starting up the dragon. Vayne does not have. Okay, I was gonna say he does not have vision in that banana bush. So if Sutek walks down, he is
Sutek,
level 6.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Just hit your camps. You don't have your team. Your Vayne. You have no summoners, and we're just showing for fun. Where they're gonna land onto Astro Boy.
Lane just TP'd back.
Maddie is here super low. That's Hoodie Chris now gonna walk in, gonna be able to get potentially the reset out to Maddie. Yes, it will be 80 carries dying. But Hoodie Chris now far behind enemy lines, trying to find a way back. Will rocket jump over the wall as Sutek follows with a flash fear though, and a very nice usage of the ulti from Astro Boy, but it will be the 80 carries down as Unique Frosty landing the stun onto Maddie's handbag, and Sutek is here, but the ulti is out, and then Nasus is going lower and lower and lower, and it will be a kill eventually going towards Unique Frosty, and a 2-for-1 plus the dragon for the side of Gojo's gym.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you are willing to fight that. Like, you give the dragon, but like Maddie was already low. Like BKP is
no
coming back.
sums.
Like BKP was coming back from a death, so he had to like leave mid lane. He burns his flash. Sutek burned his flash, and just a lot of resources committed to that fight. At the end, like, was just losing for them. So. A little bit of maybe overconfidence from the side of Hydra, just saying, yeah, we can just fight them, whatever, but it's gotta be respectful, taking fights that you actually can afford to take. I mean, for the first time, I think, Gojo's gym actually has a gold lead in the series.
Yeah, I mean, and it should get better considering, hold on, ulti to land, Espada going lower, does not have the flash available, doesn't even have any defensive tunnels, as the Counter-Strike will take down the Rek'Sai, and the kills continue to stack onto Unique Frosty, rather.
Yeah, I mean, he has all of his camp stuff, he can just pretty much just full clear to bot. I don't even think the grubs are that big of an objective. I mean, he has the bot lane probably if he wants to play for it, but he has mid lane probably, sorry, if he wants to. Spot is going to TP back. I think it is just better for Frosty to keep up the pressure.
Ooh, Spiraling Despair going wide. Sutek is here. As he unleashed power, not going to do quite enough damage. BKP trying to get Astro Point down. No flash available onto the wave. Not going to use it. An interesting choice for the Gojo's gym mid laner.
Definitely interesting. Rudy Chris jumps in. Tries to take a chance on Maddie again. I mean, the bot lane is actually doing better than I thought with the CS advantage for Maddie right now. I think the early few levels were not played that well by Woody Chris and Vayne. Sutek is going to grab grubs.
Yeah.
Oh. He missed the stack.
Oh, but it doesn't matter.
Oh no.
No, because grubs don't die to jungle pets, so we're all good. And as we approach 10 minutes, I think we could probably do a stack check-in, just to see how this Nasus is doing. 186. That's definitely a bit low for 10 minutes.
I think you wanna like have.
You want to be like
20?
close to. You want to be you want to be about 20 per minute.
He's almost there, like 198.
Especially for the early game, it should start. I mean, going Sheen and Kindle Gem, it should be more.
I mean, he's just 6 CS per minute right now, which is like definitely low, I think, for a Nasus.
This is the trap. I mean, of Nasus players, you're down 20 CS on your jungle counterpart. Yes, you are stacking, but you got to make sure that you're still getting the XP and the gold of getting your camps reset. And I mean, taking a look at the camps for Unique Frosty, this Jax is going to be able to get so much more as they're already able to finish the Dusk and Dawn. Granted, a lot of that is because they have 2 kills. But this Jax is just going to start clearing like an absolute monster.
He's already at his second spawn of his camps. He might even have enough time to go up to the top to punish. Instead, it looks like he's just going to wait for his camp. But like, there's just so much pressure coming from... Like there's this constant find stop. Oh, what is happening on the Rex side? I think he's just going to leave.
Does spot Frosty was trying to maybe go for a proxy
Yeah.
on the Scion. You do get a lot of healing from your passive. But yeah, I mean, I will say Sutek has been doing a good job of actually farming and not wasting too much time on ganks apart from that dragon play, which we could talk about at length. But Astro Boy now did walk over a ward as Maddie is opting to go into a will pop the ulti as Astro Boy getting walked down currently by the Vayne, but the Cozy Campfire will reveal where this Vayne is walking.
Oh my.
As down goes Maddie with the unstoppable charge from Young Cali. Hoodie Chris very low. Is going to insect with that buster charge. XBKP does not have the flash available just quite yet, as it will be a double kill now for Young Cali. And Sutek is here with the Fury of the Sands pop. Wayne trying to use the silence to keep the Nasus at bay. But it will not be enough. It will be a 2 for 0. Now on the other side of the map, it was just a Espada pushing the wave and a very nice usage of their ulti and TP from Young Cali to have some massive impact on the map. And a second dragon now on the board.
BKP has TP. They might actually contest this. They don't have TP from the Rex side, but the Rex side looks
TP in now from BKP. Dragon down to 1800. Smites at 1000 for the time being, and it will be secured by Unique Frosty as Astro Boy gets down very low, goes down. Unique Frosty withered, follows shortly after, and it will be a 2 for 0 and an ultimate, I believe, 2 for 2 in that entire exchange. And Sutek now will find Wayne.
I mean, Frosty died just for tried to save Astro. They both had flashes. They could have just.
Oh, this is a.
I mean, Vayne
dead Soraka walking.
That is a really.
And this kill has to go to Maddie. This kill has to be handed to Maddie. Okay, good.
Yeah, they do. I mean, he also got the shutdown onto the Jack. So, I mean, this Vayne actually is sitting at a pretty comfortable spot. They were able to take the mid lane turret. Like, I think, yes, you lost the dragon, but I think overall, if you are the side of XSV, you're not really mad about the outcome. Like, Maddie will definitely get his work completed on this next back. So,
yeah, also learned a very interesting interaction that as Unique Frosty looking for a gank onto bot lane. Cozy Campfire will just follow Maddie when he's invisible. So there's no juking on this Vayne once they go into the final hour. So they need to be careful with that.
Harness is also completed for Sutek.
Yeah, I mean, that'll keep them alive in these fights. Popping the Fury of the Sands as well will apply all that extra health and armor and MR. And in terms of champions that will cut through the Nasus, it probably will be Frosty, who's doing the most of them later. I don't know, by the way, why it is that all these 80 carries are rushing Hex Optics first. I understand that you get the increased range when you get a takedown, but surely that's not so important that you need to rush it first item every time. Or is it just that efficient of an item?
I think for the most part it's just like so cheap that, like, especially for champions that like your second item most of the time is like your bigger spike. So you just want to get the cheaper item, and then I think just get your IE as fast as possible.
I'm being told that it's the build path that makes it so.
Yeah, it's
so
also it's just like a pickaxe, and then the other component is the Noon Quiver, which
it's a Noon Quiver, right?
Yeah, like almost every bag you will be able to some extent buy at least one of the components. Oh, Maddie.
Maddie going low, getting hit with a Spiraling Despair, but it will not take them down as Astro Boy gets saved currently by the Wish.
Oh, BK.
Ooh, BKP forced the flash. The flash follow as well by the counter-strike. BKP going lower and lower. Frosty will get scattered away as Maddie now pops the final hour.
Where's
Wards
Maddie
available.
going?
But the Vayne getting feared up by Astro Boy and silenced as well by Wayne. Means no more dashing into Fog.
He lives?
Frosty now still hunting. Scout of the week will keep the Jax away as this Jax is unrelenting, but does have some support in the back from Hoodie Chris, who is here as well. Scatter should be coming up shortly as the ball gets kicked into Chris's face and keeps them away.
It's actually crazy escape. There had to be like some mistakes made by Gojo's. I think it was pretty. They shouldn't have all gotten out, but like they do in the end. I mean, Hydra, they do burn the flash from the Syndra, but Sutek just pops his ult to burn through this turret.
DKing. Are we watching
He needs
C-Tech
to
or
be
is this Trick
careful.
2G?
He needs to be careful. Like, he's going to try to get out, but Frosty is coming
Won't
from
matter
the
though.
side.
Ooh,
Force
force the flash. But the Nasus has nowhere to go. Wayne is here.
No
The
ults.
fear and the stuns and the silences as Frosty will be able to take this one down and kill their counterpart in the jungle. I will say it's unfortunate that the flash was blown from C-Tech. I think that play could be determined a fairly decent death, because you're able to knock down so many tower platings, as well as, you know, looking at your gold. I mean, you're dead even with a Jax who has 3 kills. You're pretty close on farm. It is, I mean, the gold is dead even.
Yeah,
The
I
gold
mean,
is
especially
absolutely dead
between
even.
the lanes, it's like there's a 500 gold lead for the Scion, and then a similar amount in mid lane in favor of Syndra, but those will not mean that much in the grand scheme of like things, especially when these like fights are happening. It's going to be like 1 Amp Tome, 1 extra cloth armor, 1 ruby crystal. So like for the time being, it's a really even game, and like in 15 seconds there will be the 3rd dragon spawning. And I think if this one also goes to the Gojo's gym, it's just like you're scaling Vincon for the side of XSV Hydra just kind of starts to become a little bit harder. You're just not going to be able to wait for the 3rd item or like the four item spikes, you know? Like you're just
I
going
mean,
to have
critically,
fights kind of more importantly.
Hoodie Chris is sitting on over, as I mean, 2 members of Gojo's gym are sitting on about 1,000 gold, if not more, as BKP will base to try and finish an item. And if we could check the items before this potential fight, would be absolutely fantastic. TP's coming in though. The unstoppable onslaught from the Scion is going to whiff. No damage from the splash after the C-Tech forced to pop the Fury of the Sands, and the Nasus is going to get walked down. Hoodie Chris free autoing the Vayne on the backside as they're forced to flash away. Unleash power onto Astro Boy will not knock them down. The Soraka keeping everyone topped up. C-Tech trying to kite away, but it won't be enough. The entire team of Gojo's gym was able to kite in the perfect direction to keep the carries of XSV away, but young Callie now trying to re-engage. Maddie gonna go in, gonna get stunned up. Frosty, the scatter onto 2 as now BKP trying to walk it in, trying to find a way back into this, but Espada and BKP, the solo lanes for XSV Hydra, might not be able to find this as Espada goes back in. Flash on to Astro Boys. The scatter will land onto 2, and it will not be enough from Wayne 27 to try and keep him alive. Will that be enough? I don't know. Dragon already down to 2,000 gold, and it looks like it will be the 3rd dragon going the way of Gojo's gym and a 3-for-1, and a massive swing of the game going the way of the blue side, the underdogs, this team that is trying their very best to work their way back into the season, looking for a bit of a spark, and it seems like they might have found one.
I mean, really great team fighting. Like C-Tech just walks up a bit too much, and we talked about it. It's just like the range difference. It's not as easy for Maddie or BKP to like walk up as much as this like into the range of this Hui or this Tristana. And we kind of see there, Maddie was even like forced to burn his ulti earlier to dodge out from young Callie's Scion ultimate coming from the top of the river. And like afterwards, the fight just becomes harder and harder to play. We see him jumping
Wait,
in.
this?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Maddie's
got a-
skill is not even on the Ginsu, so like that is kind of the sweet spot, at least, that you want to have in these fights, so that you can get more procs off your W passive, so that you can burn through this Scion, through this Jax when the counter strike is down, and without those, it's just going to be a really hard fight for the side of XSV Hydra to really pilot.
And as we approach 20 minutes, can we take a quick look at the Nasus stacks?
Yeah, I mean, ideally you wanna
400,
be
so we're
around-
on pace. It's definitely maybe a little bit low.
He's going Triforce though. I thought
He is going
that
Triforce.
might
That's
be the
very
glacial.
expensive. We'll have to dodge the fear here. No flash as the juking back and forth is going on. Astro Boy being very disciplined, trying to hold on to that fear. The members of Gojo's gym are approaching. C-Tech will land the Wither, and it might just be one more Q onto Astro Boy. So low.
shields!
That is the grand. Oh my goodness,
He
gets
will
it.
go down.
But it will be the entire team of Gojo's gym here to trade their mid laner back. And now it might be more though, as massive scatter of the week onto Hoodie Chris. And there's nothing mid apart from, oh, hold on. Stun onto 2, Unique Frosty as they split up. Maddie's hand back will be able to survive with a great usage of the Breath of Life.
Wait,
But Baron is on the table now. This is a lot of tools used
Bane.
from the side of
Oh.
Gojo's gym, and BKP tried to base on a
I don't
ward
think
is
they
now the
even know this,
unstoppable.
by the way.
I don't think they're aware exactly as to what's going on. Maddie's handbag has not based.
They'll have an idea now. They should.
They might. Yeah, I think they used a blue trinket.
No?
And so they do know.
Did they?
But I don't know if that's worth. I think Sutek might have been able to do that. I'm not sure. It was just a great rotation from Gojo's gym. There's not enough vision on the map to securely walk an Astro Boy like that. As Espada trying to trade on the map. You have to say, while Gojo's gym is playing really well, the entirety of this gold differential is bridged by the fact that XSV has done a phenomenal job at knocking down towers and making sure the plating is so far in their favor. I mean, the gold is more or less even, despite the fact that Baron is being worn by the time, or by the side of Gojo's gym and their 3 dragons. So,
I mean, realistically, like Astro Boy should just be mid lane and trying to play to break this mid turret. Like you already have the bot lane tier 1. If you're able to break that turret, then it just kind of allows your team to like have like easier for your team to put down deeper vision, just more space on the map in general. So interesting to see that they're just not they're playing it pretty safe with the Baron that they got. And like, to be honest, yes, the side of XSV has been doing pretty good on the side lanes, but it is not really a
He's
big
back
for them. Espada.
Unstoppable onslaught onto Espada. No tunnel available currently for the Rek'Sai. As no stun will land though, Espada might have flash available to them.
No, that's just too much
no,
damage
not going to
with
be
the
enough.
Nashers. The Nashers, the Skandon. Too much damage, but again, they're just not pressuring any waves. Like Huey isn't just reset. Huey is just now coming top. Nobody's in mid. Nobody's in bot. So it seems like the only thing they will be looking to get out of this Baron is like the top third. Now, given there's still around a minute left on this Baron, and in 30 seconds time, the Dragon Soul for Gojo's gym is going to come up. Importantly, the second item, everyone on the side of XSV Hydra finished their second item. We look over to the Gojo's gym side, 3 items now completed, and again, Negatron Cloak on the Scion. 2 items completed on the Jax, but pretty squishy overall, other than the Scion.
I mean, Callie took no damage walking in as a very nice scatter onto 3 pops the bone plating of Wayne. But the wave has to be dealt with. I feel like XSV does this a lot, as young Callie is going to be the one to engage as a big bomb onto 2, as Frosty trying to go in, Counter-Strike won't land onto anyone, as Maddie now juking around. Frosty, no Counter-Strike will just go down to the vein, and it will be a quick early kill, matched closely now as Sutek trying to go in with his Violent Despair. No, young Callie will fall down as Hoodie Chris gets interrupted by Espada. A very nice kill. It's going to be 3 now, 4 dead for the side of Gojo's gym, and it will be a clean ace. Sorry, not a clean ace, but it will be an ace nonetheless for the side of XSV Hydra. And all that work, all that effort put into getting this lead, and it falls so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I think Frosty just... He saw that Maddie got rooted by the Soraka silence, but then he used his E so early that by the time he jumped onto Maddie, the stun and the dodge was already off, and he just gets bursted even though he got a multi-man ult. That's what happens when Vayne has the Ginsus. You just die so fast to the true damage, and just a lot of kills taken by the Hydra. They stopped the dragon stacking, and exactly what you want. Like, even 5 minutes is a big time in for this comp that XSV Hydra is running. This Vayne, especially with all the kills that she was able to pick up, she's going to be able to go towards the 3rd item faster. EKP is going to have his execute on his ulti on the next fight, and Sutek, more stacks are always welcome on the Nasus. So
What I will say about Frosty, and this is something that a lot of mid laners experience, especially when it comes to Vayne, or especially when it comes to Azir rather. A champion that is not in the game currently, for those listening and waking up to me saying Azir. There comes a point in the game where Azir is very good at shuffling. You know, everyone knows the Emperor's Divide is able to shuffle basically the entire team. But there comes a point where you have scaled into the game where you are past the point of just being the guy to go in there and land a big AoE stun. There's a nice scatter onto Astro Boy. He's going to absolutely pop the way. And with Baron spawning in a minute's time, that will allow XSV to do a fair amount of setup on the top side. But I wanted to say, Frosty is so fed and so in the game to the point where they cannot just be the jump in and stun 2 or stun a key target guy. They need to actually start holding that E to actually allow themselves to have more uptime in these fights and make sure that when they are in the face of the Vayne or of the Jax or of the Nasusari or of the Rek'Sai, they're able to actually stay alive and deal damage. As we see now the fight going in, Frosty gonna use the Counter-Strike and hit nothing as Scatter only lands onto Young Kali with Sutek as well. Pops the Fury of the Sands and a lot of damage going across his flash from Frosty now. Stun lands onto 2. Maddie's handbag will keep the Maddie alive though as Espada in the backline trying to land a trade onto Wayne. Will be looking now to ult. Soraka goes down and will be 1-for-1 of support so far, but Espada might fall shortly after. No, not quite yet, but the tower drops. Another turret, or another tunnel rather, not going to save them. Young Kali, so much time on the backside. Sutek going to fall as well. The charge will give Tristana a reset, and BKP now trying to run this one away. Should have Scatter in just a moment as the damage landing onto Frosty is so much. And Baron is
nice
up now.
Boy.
Oh, but it's not going to be quite enough. BKP going down, and it will be an ace from the side of Gojo's gym. Baron back on the table. Gojo's gym not punished. XSV made a mistake. They gave him a chance to get back into it. Credit to Young Kali for keeping them in that fight, for stalling so much time in the front line. And Frosty making fun of me for saying that they're not just the jump in and stun 2 guys champion anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like Frosty did jump in, but like at least this time around, he was really close to his team, so he was able to get back out. Maddie was not able to follow deep to kill Frosty there. And then after his CDs are back, Frosty jumps back in, gets a huge stun onto Maddie and BKP at the same time. They're able to kill Maddie off. And then even though Espada was able to assassinate Wayne, it's just you just killed the Soraka and there's still a full HP Tristana, a full HP Hwei that you still haven't dealt with. And then Tristana just takes over the fight. Now getting finishes the 3rd item really close to his IE. Almost 4 items before this Vayne can even hit her 3rd. And
if we can check the stacks quickly before the soul point fight. 600. I think we've dropped off a bit.
They're giving items to Hootie Chris. Like they're giving all the camps to Hootie Chris. I think he's
very
really
close to
IE.
Yeah, should be about 600.
Yeah,
600 is the combined cost.
He's not
resetting.
Dragon
40 seconds.
Yeah.
He isn't resetting.
Would have been it's going to be a really late reset if he goes for it now.
I will say, if Young Kali is not at this fight early, it becomes very difficult for the side of Gojo's gym to play into the scatter of BKP, into the wither of Sutek. And so this Scion being stuck on the top side versus Espada is going to be tough for them to play.
There's a lot of vision. There's a lot of vision just in place for the side of Gojo's gym. I think Kali will see everything. He's looking to push one more wave. He's just probably going. Oh, he's TPing down.
TPing to the bot side. This is going to be a really good angle for them to ulti in, as the dragon is now started. Young Kali is just going to walk into them as the banana bush is controlled.
That is also a huge shield. Like it's going to take a while to kill that Scion.
Oh, but it's gone. It's gone. Dragon down to 4,000 health now. Young Kali trying to create space now as a massive scatter onto Astro Boy and a very nice engage from the side of Young Kali as well. On the other side, Dragon will go the way of Sutek as it will be soul point still for the side of Gojo's gym, and the trading going back and forth as a spiraling despair going wide. Unique Frosty gonna get condemned by Maddie. Very nicely well done by the XSV 80 carry. And it will just be a 1-for-0 for the time being, and the Dragon going the way of XSV. Astro Boy getting absolutely shredded, and the fear won't apply because the Hwei is dead. Frosty will be able to now to find a kill trade onto the mid laner. As Maddie trying to kite out Young Kali, trying very much to do as this tank shredder's job.
Yeah, I mean, they should be able to take this third. I don't think Vayne has enough range or wave clear to deal with this, but like I'm kind of a hater of how the side of Gojo's gym is using their Barons. Like, you're just not going to be able to end the game here. You can maybe get in it, but like all the mid turns are still up. I think at least one person should be going there to deal with that. Like, now they're just going to be running to get out, and Espada is just TPing behind. Sutek walks up.
Sutek going in, gonna get knocked up and absolutely shredded. Fury of the Sansa will keep them alive for the time being. Espada is in the back. Hoodie Chris going low and low, but Wayne is keeping them alive. Tristana autoing, firing as Frosty gonna go down as well. Frosty with a knock of Young Cali as well, trying to get enough frontline for their 80 carry to hit, but it will not be enough. Maddie now getting 2 down as BKP and Astro Boy have rejoined the fight. The mid laners are here once again, and it will be a 2-for-0 for the time being. A Spiraling Despair will land onto BKP. Do they have enough health to survive? No, it will not be the case as Astro Boy snipes them with the QW, and Espada trying to find a way to chase this fight as Hoodie Chris jumps the wall. Maddie now in the final hour is looking to find a kill onto Astro Boy, but the 80 carry for XSV might have bit off a bit more than they could chew, and the Buster Shot keeps them away, but now Sutek is back. The Wither on to Wayne, who flashes to try and get it away. I think they might have just canceled it, but no, very nice usage. Sutek will find a kill onto the support of Gojo's Gym, and that's going to be 3 dead for the blue side here. 4 dead rather, with Unique Frosty spawning back in just a second. I don't know if there's really anything lethal here.
I mean, both sides are just overplaying these fights. Like, the side of Gojo's Gym got a good fight. I think they could have been okay with just taking the mid tier 2 and then probably mid and bot tier 2. Instead, they push for more, and now Sutek is left overextended
super
after
low.
using his ult.
All right.
Okay, everyone just wants
you know
to
what?
push waves and die for it. I mean, I'm down. Let's go.
I'm down. The gold is dead even. Dragons are 3-2. We got Baron in a minute's time. The problem is, though, XSV are not going to have their jungler to set up vision.
Yeah, I mean, they won't have that. Plus, it just shows that how hard it is for, like, both teams. Any cooldown just matters so much. Like, Maddie not having final hour will be just, like, really hard for him to pilot these fights. The scatter cooldown for BKP is insanely huge. The counter strike for Unique Frosty when that's down, you just have to be careful. How Hoodie Chris uses rocket jump is really impactful. So every decision that these players make can make or break these fights. I mean, Unique Frosty now,
especially Espada being on the bot side with no TP.
Yeah, and like, yes, you have grubs, but like as Rek'Sai, you don't really want to be split pushing that much, I would assume. It's going to force Young Cali to come down as well, but Young Cali has the TP, so he's a bit more comfortable with pushing these side waves.
We saw it earlier on. Young Cali using that TP very well as the battle lines have been drawn. Sutek walking through vision, doesn't quite know, but now Unique Frosty will make the first move TP in from Young Cali.
Sutek needs to be.
But the Espada will get spotted by the Scion flying, as they are well aware to the Rek'Sai shenanigans behind them. And now Espada might just go back to the bot side. Unstoppable Onslaught is available for Young Cali.
They waited so much.
I think the Scion just needs to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I think there was a I was surprised that Unique Frosty and like Cali just did not go on Sutek there, because BKP was really far away with no TP.
Going on?
Can we just start the Baron? Like, they see that the spot is hitting, and now
they're setting Astro Boy now.
But there's
I don't think the Sparta wins this.
He needs to be careful.
That will be the inhibitor down as Jax is now basing as well. Unique Frosty will be here in support of their mid laner, as it looks like Espada might be going now onto the way. As now Espada is getting caught out, and the pings onto Dragon. Espada, you are not a Polar Bear in Arlington, a Rek'Sai behind the main lines. As they did get the inhibitor, and the Dragon looks to be going the way of XSV.
Gojo's Gym should be able to grab the Baron in turn. BKP is gonna go down, but
BKP will do the job of the splitter.
Without BKP,
but hold on, think about this. Think about this. They have a wave. They have a super wave. If the recalls are stopped. Oh, okay, we're not
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy doesn't have Zonias. They just died to scatter and ulti. This way is not very strong. This way is already half HP. But we're just gonna let them hit Baron and get recalls off?
I mean, they also need to be careful. The Scion can just ulti down. And
doesn't quite have it yet. Will be another 5 seconds or so.
Oh yeah.
As the retreat of XSV will be spotted. I don't think that Is that Phalite keeping... No, okay. It will not stop them.
Yeah, but, like, I think Gojo's gym has done a great job in these fights, like, winning them. Their macro is all over the place. Like, they think they're just getting lost about who's gonna catch the side wave, what are we gonna do, who's gonna push mid, who's gonna take turrets, and like it just kind of ends up being them just losing a lot of turrets. Like, you give them mid tier 1, you lose your bot inhib, and you just give them another dragon, and
Ooh,
realistically,
massive scatter.
like, these dragons are huge for the side of Hydra because you, these champions don't really build a lot of resistances, so Syndra, he's really happy.
TP in from Astro Boy. Sutek taking a lot of free damage from Hoodie Chris.
Yeah.
Spada looking to go in here with the tunnel. As now we get the sign, pulling the trigger. The unstoppable onslaught only going to land onto the Nasus who pops the ulti. Counter-Strike not going to find anyone. There's a Spada now. Knock up on 2 in the backline. The Rek'Sai going solo, fleeing, going to go down. Maddie now flashing forward with the final hour. Gets the kill onto the Zaraka before she can use the Wish. Sutek now the front line for this Vayne is dead. And it will be 3 dead now for the side of XSV.
Oh,
and Maddie will fall shortly after.
Oh,
and now it is BKP against the world.
Yeah,
This
I
Vayne,
mean,
or this
death timers
Syndra
are
rather.
So long.
No flash.
Yeah, the closest
ulti.
death timer you have is 30 seconds on Maddie's handbag. BKP no flash. Has ult,
Gonna
but
try and
young
go for
Cali
this.
is alive.
The first tower will go down, but young Cali
Oh,
being alive
Jesus.
just means that this is a formality as the Jax is traded. But the Nexus will be the prize of Gojo's Gym. Game 2 and a tied series for Gojo's Gym.
I mean, I think they just clean up their gameplay from game 1. Like, they had much better laning phases. Young Cali did die once, but I think everywhere else, the lanes were much better. I think Unique Frosty was able to get a lot of decent ganks off. There were times in this game where it just felt like, okay, Gojo's Gym, you have the lead, but what are we really doing with it? Where like you just don't push mid, you're just kind of overplaying when you have Baron. But at the end of the day, like we talked about in the draft, like the red side wants to scale, but you pick champions that even if they scale, what are you gonna do into a scaled Tristana? How are you dealing with a scaled Scion when your Vayne is not even able to get an auto attack range? And we saw that Hoodie Chris was able to take over the game in these last few fights, doing what a Tristana does, being that late game hyper carry, and take them to a game 3 against the undefeated Hydra squad, and yeah, grab their first series win and give Hydra a loss, at least a 1 number in the loss column.
Yeah. Gojo's Gym able to tie up this series. That'll be their 3rd game win on the season. XSV Hydra got to do some soul searching. Got to make sure they're staying the top of this group. Gojo's Gym got to do some deep diving themselves and figure out what worked and why it worked. But with all that said, we're going to take a quick break before we get into game number 3. So stick around. We will be right back. Obviously with the decider. Welcome back. It is do or die time now. XSV Hydra and Gojo's Gym. Moving on to game number 3. We are here in the band's 20 champions taken out. We are fearless style here. So we are narrowing the pools a bit more. We are stuck on the same side. XSV going to keep it on red, as Gojo's will be offered the opportunity to pick first.
Yeah,
Any real massive champions currently still left? I think Varus probably
Xin
is the one that
Zhao is
pops to
up.
mind. Xin Zhao as well.
Zen is up. I mean, Jarvan is banned again, so we're not gonna see that. We see Jinx being hovered. Um, yeah.
Ash is
I
up as
mean,
well. I know the Seraphine is banned, but Ash champion is still very good, I think, on her own.
yeah, Varus.
But
Varus
Varus
is
will be the
still up.
lock.
I mean, again, I think you mentioned it. It can be multiple flexes with this champion. But I think they nerfed the flex power a little bit when a couple patches ago, but it's still again really annoying to play into. And like even if it's ADC, you have like multiple ways you
I
can
mean, the
play
on-hit
him.
build, the on-hit build is
Yeah,
absolutely monstrous with
yeah.
Static Shiv and
Dusk and
Rage Blade, just
Dawn,
Dusk and
Rage
Dawn. It
Blade.
is absolutely monstrous still.
Yeah. So
Um,
I mean, they will do the Sivir, which is like the regular answer into the Varus. You're not really under threat, into like the arrows, especially if he tries to go the lethality. But on Varus can actually become problematic for Sivir, especially in the for 1-2 item spikes. We will see the Ornn as well. I don't think this is looking like a poke Varus game for the time being. But we
uh-oh.
will see the Darius. Mr.
Yeah,
Fireflies, you there?
young Flans in the top lane.
Actually,
Um, Ornn, does it's not great into Darius. It's also not the worst into Darius.
yeah.
Most Orns are pretty
I mean,
resilient, and so you'd be able to farm with Q. You'd be able to just make sure you're getting XP.
it is an
As Lulu
on-hit
will be the
Varus,
shifted
I
hover.
guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, this static Shiv build is so strong. You get so much hybrid damage
yeah.
coming from your kit.
Especially into
That
tanks with the HP
I,
as
I was
well.
gonna say, we want tank shred. This is the one.
Yeah, and I mean, he gets countered by like getting outranged, and for the time being, we're not seeing any of that, especially with like Wei, Syndra being out of the game, uh, because of the picks previously. I don't know if there's any like a lot of
Victor is
mid laners
available.
left. Yeah, Victor
Victor is
probably
probably
the
the
one,
one.
or like
Um,
if you really want to
I
play.
know
But I mean,
BKP plays Victor for
yeah.
sure.
I mean, we got Gwen on 3, which I know young Cali likes playing it. Can be flexed as well, but I don't know if it's like that good into the Kane. But in the top lane, definitely your late game insurance can be really problematic to deal with. It's really hard for ADCs to deal with him, and you would pretty much relying on this Kane to be able to kill the Gwen. But a late game Gwen with the Rift Makers, Nashers, Zhonya's, Shadow Flame, just like the items, just like every item that Gwen finishes, just takes it's like a one full step for the team that has the Gwen towards the victory. They will ban Horizon and Nautilus, pretty interesting. Or I
Some
mean,
very
Karma is
specific
still up,
bands.
which is really interesting that we haven't seen a Karma yet, and even like no bans on it. Definitely one of the stronger supports in the meta. You'll see a Janna, really? Without really seeing. I mean,
I
I don't know. That's a
I'm
pretty
not sure.
interesting pick.
It must. I mean, I think we're just picking comfort on the side of XSV for the time being.
Please no,
Um,
please don't play
you got
Kha'Zix.
Sutex Kane, you got Espada's Ornn. I think
I
Maddie's
don't.
probably pretty comfortable with the Sivir. I think Wukong and Gwen and Varus and Lulu would be
Kha'Z-
incredibly strong. Kha'Zix is again, like I said, we're in game 3.
Yeah,
This is where the 20 champions off the
yeah.
board. You pick comfort,
I mean,
and
they
Victor will
they
be
still
taken
away the
away.
Vic. Yeah, I mean, stealing away the Victor definitely helps.
There's no
Interesting
engage
Kha'Zix
currently
pick. Like,
outside of Gwenar and Varusar.
I think I wouldn't have minded the Wukong. It's like it's not a bad matchup into Kane. You just get a lot of armor down the line to for your fights. It gives you a way to engage. It is really hard for Sivir. Like Sivir can spell shield the first knockup, but you're just gonna like get another one. And I don't know. I think the Kha'Zix could have been a more of like a glue champ for the side of Gojo's gym. Instead, we just have an assassin. Now, being said that, Kha'Zix, when played correctly, can be a monster. And like you definitely have to respect him when you're like face checking blindly. He can like create some cheese spots and like completely one shot these squishy champions like Mel, Janna, Sivir, and even the Kayn in the early game. So I think it just kind of will depend on how unique Frosty pilots this champion, pilots the early game. We haven't seen him really pressure in the first two games when he has actually like pretty decent opportunities. In game one on the Shyvana, and like as we talked about a lot, like Sutek wasted a lot of time and he didn't punish. Game two was a little bit better, but again, like you were not really doing anything to punish Sutek on the Nasus in the early game. It was more so like Sutek's, I think, like one choice that he tried to contest the dragon and you killed him. That was good, but not a lot of proactivity. I think Kha'Zix, if you don't do that, you will get punished, especially into a Kayn where if you're going even to even, Kayn will like at level 6 and when once he gets his form will be really annoying for the Kha'Zix to deal with if you're not already ahead.
Is the red side strong enough for Sutek to do some Raptor shenanigans at level 1?
Uh,
It's their
I
red
mean
side, so
level
they could.
1, if BKP starts E, it can definitely like maybe do something. I think with the Q, it's just like it is a lot of damage, but it's also really easy to dodge. E doesn't do as much damage, but provides the CC. So I don't know. I mean, as Kha'Zix, you will never start your Raptors, so realistically, he should only put a ward in there, and then just I don't even know if you want to fight him because like Kha'Zix, you can't even take the isolation on Kayn or the camp. So I don't know if it's like even worth for him. If I'm him, I'm just running to his red. Maybe like see if there's anything to do. Because yeah, you just ward your raptors and then go towards the river, and then if you see Sutek starting your raptors, you just go do his. It's not the end of the world. I wouldn't just try
Fair
to
enough,
fight
and
him.
then you get a split map in favor of your Gwen, and it's looking all
Yeah,
good for you
exactly.
if you're a Gojo's gym. All these things in mind, we are going to take a short break while we get set up for game number 2. Or sorry, game number 2. What am I saying? It is almost 10 o'clock. It is 10 o'clock. Whew. Game decider, XSV versus Gojo's gym. We're going into game 3. We will be right back.
Minions have spawned.
Well, welcome back everyone to the game 3 of our match, and it's going to be the decider for who wins this. Oh, Sutek is looking for a ward, but yeah, who wins this series? It's going to be XSV Hydra trying to keep up their undefeated streak, and on the other side, Gojo's Gym trying to grab their first series win. They picked up their third game win last game, and we're already seeing Goody Chris taking a little bit of a tough trade in the bot side. Kind of the problem when you are playing the on-hit side of this champion. Vayne and Hoodie Chris hitting below, not below, but close to half HP. Young Cali also taking kind of the rough side off the trade as well, trying to get another grasp sack. Not much will happen, and in the mid lane, BKP grabbing the push, getting some poke damage onto Astro Boy.
Yeah, I mean,
And
we talked about it, and it was Sutek being in the bot side.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, nobody warded it, so Unique Frosty is gonna come into a bad realization, and Sutek also comes for the gank, burns Hoodie Chris's flash. Vayne also is forced to burn the flash, and I mean, the pause comes through. Unique Frosty was pinging towards the enemy red, so he should at least be able to grab some of it. I mean, Sutek is going for the reset, so unless they stop his recall, he is going to actually be able to at least defend his red buff, and it's going to be with an advantage of a longsword. So Unique Frosty needs to be careful about what Sutek is going to do here. And the spot
Yeah,
also
I mean,
has the wave pushed in.
Is this still a pause, or is this just the
I
freeze?
think it might just be a spectator delay.
It's just the spectator freeze. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Sutek, as you said, we'll find this. We'll have the longsword, but I don't know what the advantage is. Kha'Zix is still very strong when fighting in isolation. I don't know how strong this Kayn will be. Neither will be level 4. As it looks like they might find each other out. I'm not sure if Kha'Zix
Wait,
pulled the...
Sutek?
Yeah, if we could take a look at that jungle on the top side there.
Yeah, I mean, he is gonna face check.
Ooh, where's the smite gonna go? Is it gonna go the way of Sutek? No, it's gonna go
Oh.
towards Frosty. Red buff for this Kha'Zix.
Oh, I think Sutek
Gets
will
the
win this
jump.
though.
But
Yep.
Sutek, yeah, we'll win this. Gets the Conqueror stacked, and we'll be first blood going the way of the Kayn. When Sutek is on his comfort, this could be very problematic for a Unique Frosty in the side of Dojo's Gym.
It
The
kinda
Gojo's Gym. I don't know why I said
depends.
Dojo's Gym.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be interesting. I'm well, I'm looking forward to what Unique Frosty does here, because his Raptors are going to be coming up. They might even see each other again on this Scuttle Crab. BKP seems like he has the prio for the time being. Unique Frosty going straight for the Scuttle.
Yeah, I mean, there's no prio
Sutek
for this
still hasn't
Kha'Zix.
gone.
A very brave walk into this river. We'll get spotted now by that ward in the pixel, which Maddie did use the spell shield. As they will get forced
Sutek
back.
They was looking for something, but BKP does get stunned. Yeah, I'm surprised Sutek just decided to just clear his camps and nothing else. He is looking for an invade now. Unique Frosty still level 3, doesn't have a smite. There's a big bot lane IO gap between the two. He might even get caught here. I mean, Sutek gets... Oh, he might just be
Gets
dead.
polymorphed up. It gets
Yep.
very low. The healing from going into the wall is not going to be enough, as Astro Boy is now wearing double buffs.
A little bit greedy
problem.
from Sutek. Yeah,
Sutek
he could have
is,
just
like-
went to top and just like grabbed the scuttle, catch his like second spawn of the Raptors. I mean, he will still be
amount of
able to do
camp-
those, but
But the amount of
Why?
respawn tempo that Sutek had would have been so insane if they just, took the win, or even went to top crab and took their top camps. But now it's going to be, Victor in the one lane that you've had the most, I would say, skill gap would be this mid lane. Giving Astro Boy a chance to survive versus BKP on Mel is going to be really problematic. As Chris now trying to auto attack down Maddie. As Call of the Forge God going to come in, going to land on to young Callie, and this Ornn is doing so much damage. But Maddie on the other side, forced to use the barrier and the flash to get away. Hoodie Chris in exchange only forced to use the ghost, and it will be an exchange of summoners on the bot and top side. As young Callie, no flash.
Unique Frosty somehow gets double crab out of this whole thing. Like, actually,
don't know what Sutek is doing.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to just take his camps like as fast as possible, I guess, but gives Frosty a little bit more time to catch up. I mean, I think Unique Frosty might even just be ahead in the EXP just because he got the second spawn off his bot side. So I think he's in a okay spot. I wonder if Sutek's going to look to contest the spot side again, but might be a little bit hard with no sums on his bot lane. Yeah, I mean, it's boots for Hoodie Chris, fully completed. On the other side, Maddie went for a call, 2 long swords and a dagger. Might actually be a little bit better for Maddie in a fight, but a lot of movement speed for Hoodie Chris to space the other team. I wonder if Sutek actually, he has actually fought a decent amount. Oh, I don't know if this is the play for Unique Frosty. He might get his whole bot side stolen for this top play. And Spada does have flash.
Yeah, it's just as probable that Sutek has no clue what camps are up for Frosty. So,
I mean, he died on the invade.
I mean, he did, but I don't know if he got the timers back.
Yeah.
As a Spada going to go in, does not have the Call of the Forge card yet. Now Unique Frosty will show. Will jump forward.
That is a really ambitious. That is a really ambitious gank.
I think it just turned into try to get the wave in.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much. Sutek is hunting the Kha'Zix though. This Kane. We'll find him now. Just gonna get a few stacks. Remember,
I'm surprised Unique Frosties that's
when Kane gets a build up and then gets a fair amount of stacks towards their form for the amount of time that they've gone without hitting a champion, and so even getting that 1 or 2 bits of damage onto Frosty would be a pretty hefty amount as they move towards that red form or blue form. I'm not really sure. It looks like they're going for Axiomark though, so it really could be either. My guess this game is probably gonna be red form, but I think blue form, if he was really confident, would go crazy in a game like this where there's not much targeted CC, where the Kane can really just go flying around and flying through walls. The Kha'Zix though, I believe going to be working towards. I hope it's not a hubris. It's called the Forge God now from Espada onto young Callie. Half HP is the Gwen. No W available. As Sutek is here as well. Going to get knocked up from the Searing Charge, and Espada might be able to solo kill the Gwen. The counter pick in the top lane doesn't mean anything as Sutek going to get donated a kill, but on the other side, the bot camps of the Kane are spawning, and Frosty is in a prime position to go hunting.
I am 90% sure you don't go Duskin down first item on Gwen top in that matchup. I think you just have to do the Rift
definitely not that build path.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just need the Rift Makers so that you have the extended fight sustain, you have the extra HP, and the Omni Vamp. I think the build path is just better overall for you, especially with the Haunting guys. Just helps you so much in these fights. With this build path, this Ornn is actually will be the one that is just going to win the lane. But even with the other build path, I think Ornn is actually okay into Gwen until the 2-3 item spikes come through. So it's going to be a little bit rough for young Callie until, or not until, but unless he's able to get to the really late game with the Void Staffs, Death Caps. Until then, this side lane is going to be looking a little rough for him.
Yeah, as now Sutek is back in the top lane. No knockup though this time onto young Callie, as the Umbral Trespass will be held on to for the time being. And Sutek has hit 1 camp, maybe 2. I think just 1 camp in the time that they've not been in top lane. And I fear for Sutek, this you don't have to call the Forge God. Kane is on, or Kha'Zix is on a full item here now as well. Might be just trying to go for a quick steal, but what are we doing, Sutek? Flash now from the Kha'Zix. Kane is just gonna get absolutely one shot.
Yeah, I mean,
A rough
isolated
decision.
1v1.
A rough decision and a great play from Frosty.
Yeah, I mean, that is the one time you just don't really want to fight the Kha'Zix isolated 1v1 in jungle. That's when you lose. I can somewhat understand that he wants to finish his stacks, but like it is not worth flipping the fight into a Kha'Zix where like he hasn't really been able to do much, and you're just giving him a way to like snowball into this game. Now,
And also
a lot of CS lead as well.
I think the biggest thing, and especially for at this rank, when estimating damage and estimating 1v1s really isn't as prevalent and isn't as apparent for these players, being able to absolutely crush your opponent as another engage on the top side going on, being able to
Oh my!
and Cali forced a flash, very nicely done from Espada, being able to see and take part in the absolute stomping in the 1v1 just shows Frosty how strong this matchup is for them and how much damage they can do if they were able to walk in and find the Kane, as it will be that will take finished as well for Sutek. And yeah, I mean, Kha'Zix, a champion that loves to walk in and invade and fight your jungle, has the green light now. City Chris and Maddie getting into it as the Janna gonna get knocked up by the sudden growth. Wide goes the corrupted arrow, or the chain of corruption. There we go.
That was a pretty chopped ult in Hoodie Chris's terms. So unlucky, but Sutek looking for it. I don't know if this is the play. Sutek, his teammates
One form. We're inting for form. We're inting for form.
Yeah.
Wait, no flash, no ulti, no
flash.
heal.
Look at Espada.
Sutek. Espada's here now too. I mean, young Cali doesn't have the TP.
Yeah.
The Gwen is finally moving towards the top side as a blighted arrow.
This might actually.
Ooh, Espada's here
be
and
a
charge gets
great
cut short. As Astro Boy is here as well, but BKP, it is a party in the bot side, and Gwen is left alone to push the top.
Yeah, I mean,
Man,
if
it's
I'm
so low as
BKP,
well.
I'm just TPing top to stop the Gwen, and
Probably.
then
Hopefully
like
that's
you
what
can.
happens.
No, from the looks of it, Espada is going to reset and try to catch, but this will give young Cali some time to just catch back up in EXP, grab some turret gold, and like if he is able to get 2 plates, that pretty much puts him on even footing with Espada. I mean, that build path looks absolutely horrendous. 0 AP. Oh,
It's also such a bad
Gwen.
item.
Yeah, I think Dusk and Dawn.
Oh no,
in
no,
this
sorry. I was
situation-
thinking for Espada. I was gonna say for Espada.
Oh.
I don't like Rukern. I think
Yeah,
people need to get on the train of Force of Nature. If you're building an MR item, this item is absolutely broken. I think I said it maybe 2
I
weeks
think
ago. I'm not
people
quite
don't
sure.
read the passive too much, and they focus on the movement speed aspect. But you get like 70 MR in an extended
You get
fight.
70 armor. You get 70 MR like within 3 seconds of the fight starting.
Yeah,
and
especially
it's
into
like-
Gwen, who does like a lot of instances of damage to you instead of
Exactly.
like bursts. So
Well, also Astro Boy has a Deathfire touch. So
I can kind of understand that he doesn't want to get poked out by the victor, I guess. But I think when you have a Janna, you don't really care about the poke that much. You'll get shields, you'll get healed up by the ulti regardless. Sutek is yet to get his form, so he's still.
I think he
looking
has
for
form. I think he has the
fights.
wrong form. I think he has a form that he doesn't.
Oh, he's just waiting. Yeah,
be
I
my
mean
guess.
the
Can
last
we-
fight he
Can
hit the
click
vein.
on Kane portrait if possible, because it should say if he has form ready.
Sorry.
Sorry. Thank you, Romeo. Yes, he
Oh
has blue
yeah,
form
it is
ready.
the blue form.
Yeah, he wants
is
red.
waiting for that.
And he can get it either by waiting timeout or by autoing more melee champions.
I think
Looks like
the
he's
wait
just waiting
time is
out.
like 2 minutes.
It's like 5
or
minutes.
Like a
No,
minute.
it's like 5. It's like it's so long.
I don't think it was that long.
It's like
depends
four
on
minutes,
the-
I think.
Yeah. I'm surprised he got blue though.
Ooh, hold on. Spada going in, call the Forge God. Young Frosty almost one-shotting Sutek as the Umbral Trespass will
Young
keep the
Kali
Kane safe for the
heals
time
up.
being, but no, as Spada will get out, but Kane will not. As Unique Frosty gonna flash forward,
flash.
trying to get more kills onto Spada. Might have the E coming up shortly. This Kha'Zix trying to walk it down.
Not
Very
worth-
close. Will lose the isolation
Oh,
on the
wait.
tower, but it will be a 2-for-2 in the end.
I'm surprised the Spada had a shutdown, but yeah, I mean he gets another kill. It's a 2-for-2 in the end. It really sucks that young Kali doesn't really get anything out of the any of the kills. I think this Gwen does desperately need some gold back, but I mean you're never complaining about your Kha'Zix getting like couple kills of his own. I think with that fight, Sutek just got his transformation. Yeah, you can see on
Yeah.
the scoreboard we see the
I
darken
don't like this
get
build.
on the
I don't
rift.
like this build. I really don't like this build.
The
I
Voltaire.
would have much rather go. No, well, Voltaire is fine. We're going Cleaver second. And who are you? Like,
yeah.
what armor are you shredding in this game? This is like,
I think I wouldn't actually mind just like a full assassin
yeah,
Ross with
Eclipse,
like maybe like one dead stance. Like for
Eclipse. If you go,
tankiness.
exactly. If you go Voltaic into Eclipse into Death Stance, like,
And
are
then,
you
like,
ever
Edge of
dying in
Night,
this game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it probably would have been good. Especially like I think a DD would help a lot when you're fighting into the
I
Scottish.
mean, you'll probably get DD third. You'll probably get DD
Yeah.
third.
But yeah, I do think
I understand
like,
the
Black Cleaver's a
utility
little
of
bit
Red
the
Cape.
waste.
But I don't think you're gonna shred any armor in this game. Unless
It's
you're
also
shredding,
like
like,
the
the-
cleaver is just a hard item to make use of as Kane, I think in general, because of like
Unless you're hitting tanks.
catch his vein.
But there are no tanks. Sutek is gonna be here. Does have the Umbral Trespass available to them, but not gonna look for it. Will find Frosty though. This Kane is gonna get one shot. And will it be a kill going the way of Hoodie Chris? I don't want to say Chris. Very nice usage
Maddie.
of the monsoon
kill
for
goes to
Maddie's
Lulu.
handbag to keep Maddie alive just a little bit longer, but it will not be enough. As Frosty now on the hunt for more. As the
Yeah, I
Kha'Zix is
mean-
hiding in the river. Going back to the Raptors though.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think Gojo's gym just doing a really good job overall of just like punishing Sutek around the map. I mean, the spot is giving the belt to young Kali in the top lane for the time being. Until I think a couple, like 2-3 items are finished for young Kali, this is going to kind of stay. It's going to stay like this for the foreseeable future. But I mean, the Kha'Zix is getting ahead. Like, 2 items completed now. Mid lane, a huge CS lead for BKP. He's been able to pressure Astro Boy this whole game. I still don't see that much value on this Janna pick. I don't know. I think they're
When
gonna
the
get an enchanter.
Kha'Zix gets jump upgrade, which I think they have now at level 11,
Yeah.
which is crazy to me that we're in a comp game and Kha'Zix is going wings upgrade second. But we'll see. Astro Boy here now. The closest one to the play has flash available, but is instead going to
Oh
get knocked
my
up by
goodness.
Sutek. And a massive amount of damage from the Mel.
Sutek's
BKT still has
going.
ulti available. No flash on the
Oh, the
Varus.
knockup onto
And it will be Kha'Zix going down as well. Hoodie Chris might be falling shortly after. Will be able to land the ulti on to Kane, but will fall down 3-for-0 and a dragon.
Oh, you're just.
Ooh,
Just
we're
going
just walking him
full
down
hand.
as Maddie's handback is going to
Maddie's-
go down.
Oh, he
will
lives-
not go down to the tower. Oh my goodness. And it
mean-
will be a 4-for-0 for the side of XSV. And a gold lead in the pocket of the red side.
I mean, really well played from the side of Hydra. They just played slow, get their picks one by one, and Gojo's gym, they do stop the dragon stacking, but at what cost? You like the bot turret is gone, mid turret is gone, the bot tier 2 is being under siege, getting chunked to really low HP, and top turret is about to fall as well. I mean,
Ooh, but a
kinda
Spada.
looking for this fight, fully stacked Conqueror.
This Orange doesn't have that much
Oh
much
my
mana
goodness,
left.
damage
Searing
though.
charge. Young Kali trying to walk them down.
Oh my.
Ooh, what the heck was that wild growth?
I mean, hey,
Oh,
down.
Frosty is
No
here. That jumped
flash.
over the wall. No E available though. Espada, no flash. Will be able to
It's
get the
slow.
steering charge. Has to get to the minions as fast as they can. The isolation will be back in just a moment. Polymorph
Unending
onto
despair.
Espada. This Ornn is so tanky with 2 items, and Sutek is here as well now.
Oh.
Gonna land the knockup onto Wayne. No wild growth available, and the Kha'Zix will be the first to fall. Shortly after will be Wayne. Should be gifting these kills, I think, to the Sivir, but Sutek has had enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the fact that you're just so weak in the 1v1 as this Gwen right now is just not really doing anything for the side of Gojo's gym. Like, you pick this matchup as your counter, but you're just not able to get anything out of it. It does really suck.
Buddy Chris, no flash available. Will
Pops
pop
the
the
ghost.
ghost, and I think Sutek might be able to just. Might not
Might
be able
look
to
for
get
the
some.
Astro Boy. There's
is
no
here.
turret.
Ooh, ulti gonna go wide though from Hoodie Crisp. Sutek not having the E available just
Nice
yet.
dodge.
That's a very nice bit of movement from Astro Boy here. Is gonna try and dodge
the
around a bit
insect.
more, but a very nice usage of the Monsoon from Maddie's
one
handbag,
shot.
and down goes the Varus. As the Kane goes into the ulti, will get some healing back as the Frosty will try to do their best on
Sutek
the other
might
side.
just be cooked.
But Sutek with no friends left
Shut
will
down.
be falling very quickly to Kha'Zix. And another shutdown to the Flying Bug. And
I mean, both
the
junglers
gold,
are
it's
in a
still
similar
5,000 in
spot.
favor of XSV.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a decent of
BKP is on his
decent bit of
Chovy,
gold.
is on his Chovy stuff again. 200 farm,
Yeah.
10 CS per minute.
I mean, BKP farming really well. The two soul lanes are just leading the charge for side of Hydra right now. Just a huge CS lead. I mean, even for the bot lane right now, this Sivir is up close to 40 CS. Building towards his IE, where on the other side, Hoodie Chris still trying to get towards his Ginsu. Young Kali.
Ooh, Young Cali gonna get gone in on, but Wild Growth is here as well. Young Cali gonna be able to potentially turn this with the support of Wayne. But Espada so tanky on the Zorn, gonna flash over the wall
Flash.
into Fog, so they don't know that he actually flashed so close to them. But in the mid lane will be the tower. Maddie, don't walk that
Frosty?
close. Maddie, don't walk that close. It's a horror movie. The Kha'Zix is here. As Frosty gonna knock down one, will get the reset using 2 charges of their R, but Sutek is here as well now. Keep your 80 carry safe. With the gravity well.
Nothing will come out
Yeah.
of it.
Every bush is a horror movie if you're against Frosty. And what's
Yeah.
really unfortunate is if that ward was placed, half a second earlier, I might have actually spotted Frosty going invisible.
Yeah. I think it was just
BKP
great
is
timing
here.
from Frosty as well.
I mean, right place,
Woody
right time.
Chris has flash. He's
Look at this
walking.
flash.
He's walking
Does have
forward.
the Chains of Corruption as well, but the Gravity Well, such great usage of the zone control from Astro Boy. It's going to keep their 80 carry safe. And I think in this game, when you have, the Varus and the Victor, you're just able to control so much space. If it's lasers and arrows flying all across your screen, it is so hard to spot a. Now trying to go for Young Cali again. This Gwen. When will she become online? She's going for the Gnasher's Tooth second, so that true damage and that healing is going to take even longer to come online. And with Dragon spawning in 5 seconds, the bush is set. It might not be a Fnatic bush, but it is a Gojo's gym bush. As Sutek will spot them here in the wall shortly. Does see them now, which I think is a
Three
stupid
items
mechanic on Kane.
finished. 3 items finished on a unique Frosty here. Oh!
I don't hate it. Sutek,
I mean,
Sutek
I get it.
could have potentially W'd, as we see Maddie laughing at them in all chat.
I mean,
Some great banter.
I mean, no flashes, and this orange still hasn't even ulted yet. Young Cali burns
Here we go.
his
Call the
drought.
Forge God now is in. As the Orin will land the knockup onto 2. BKP gonna land the
Is
root
really
onto Young
extended
Cali,
on
but
the
Espada
top
is so low, going down so quickly. The Dragon not even dead yet. Still at 1800. Will go the way of XSV. And now they're on the run. I'm gonna get shoved out of mid lane, but it will be an Ornn in exchange for Soul Point. Rest in peace, good soldier. You landed a knockup onto 2, but your team got the Dragon.
I think they should have been able to. Oh, bye. They should have been able to, like, with how Espada played it, like he could have just played closer to his team and just play for the knockup. He does sacrifice himself, but Young Cali dodges the knockup.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta start getting some wards in here. Sutek has to stick around and help Maddie's handbag get some wards as Faker Crab is in the
Yeah.
building. We'll spot them all here basing though.
Yeah, I mean, Astro Boy
Not gonna
does
do
dip, but
anything.
Astro
Ooh,
Boy
Sutek
might
is
get
hunting
caught.
though. Astro Boy, no flash.
Oh,
BKP will be here though.
close him
We'll
off.
land the root onto the Victor, and it's just gonna be a formality. Down goes the Gojo's gym mid
Things are
laner.
coming towards the Baron.
Yeah, on the way pings for the Baron. Frosty.
Young Cali is resetting no TP.
There are no
If
pings.
they're
There are
not,
no pings. There's not a single question mark ping from this blue side here. The Baron has been started. It is down to 1,300 as now it seems as though Gojo's gym might have an inkling as to what is going on, but they don't have any vision. And it's
Yeah,
just going to be a gift wrapped in purple for the side of XSV. 4,000 left on the Baron. Eventually they'll take it down.
yeah.
But it will be Baron for XSV.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if giving it fully was the correct play, but given that the side of Hydra didn't burn anything to kill Astro Boy there, maybe it was the correct goal. They still have the Call of the Forge God. They still have Sutek's Flash Ultimate on the Kane. Like, when you're trying to walk in, you can definitely overstep really easily. They're still not out of the game. You still have ways to scale. You have the Victor, you have the Gwen, and if these champions can get to certain item spikes, they will be able to carry these some of these team fights. I think it's mainly going to be looking at like if this Gwen can actually reach that sweet spot of like 3 items on Gwen with level 16. But for the time being, we haven't been able to see Young Cali have any impact on this game. Even with all the help from this
apart from baiting out, I think you mean apart from baiting Call of the Forge Gods from Espada. That cooldown has been, you know, off all game. There's not been a single time where it's not been used apart from maybe right now. The Young Cali is here with Wayne. Which, I mean, this Lulu has been trying their best to keep the Gwen alive, but the Baron with 2 cannons on that bot side is going to be so hard to actually deal with. But for some reason, Espada is moving away and just letting those Baron cannons die. But I don't mind this. I think you want to be playing probably a 4-1. I think if you want your Ornn buffing up a mid wave and then playing for this outer turret. Hoodie Chris is going to get absolutely one shot by the balling duo of XSV. And that might be the final straw. Maddie is low. The Monsoon is available should they decide to use it.
Oh, yeah. He's using it to keep Maddie full HP now.
Yeah, Maddie's handbag is keeping Maddie topped up, and this Sivir is back to full HP. Frosty, with the spell shield available to them, will stop them from getting knocked up by the tornado or by the Kane knockup. But not really much past that. And this Kane is unkillable now. 3 items completed, working towards that Death's Dance. And the second tower now in the base of XSV, or sorry, in the base of Gojo's gym. There will be a spot of pulling the trigger. Call of the Forge God not going to be able to use the second charge of that. But Chris now here does have the Chains of Corruption available to them. Actually, no, they don't. Sorry, they use it on Tabani, but forward goes Kali. And the Gwen not going to be able to do anything. A Searing Charge knocks up Hoodie Crisp. And it might be the potential decider here as the Varus goes lower and lower. Unique Frosty trying to fight this one out. But the first Nexus tower will fall with 3 Baron cannons. The second one will fall shortly after as the cannons are firing. The health bars on XSV are so low, though. Hoodie Chris trying to find a way back into this arrow coming up soon, but it will not be enough. Sutek will knock down the 80 carry as Frosty now trying to fly into the backline. Maddie's handbag will keep their 80 carry alive. Astro Boy not able to do enough. And that will be the decider. 2-1 for the side of XSV Hydra. And the undefeated streak continues, as well as no wins for the side of Gojo's gym. And at the end of week 5, becoming harder and harder to find your way to stay around in this tournament.
Yeah,
and Hydra,
I mean, for Gojo's
looking really good.
Yeah, I mean, for Gojo's gym, their only way out at this point is just win all their games. They are still yet to play the other team without a win in their group, who's New Origin. So if they are looking to make a comeback, they will have to start with New Origins. They gave Hydra a run for their money, I think, like especially when you look at last week where Hydra was able to 2-0 their sister team, which we expect, which in the cast and maybe even the community expected a closer series between those two. Gojo's gym actually like showed better fight compared to XSV Rush. The difference is, I think Gojo's gym, they just keep having these close losses. Like this is the now 4 losses, and like they have taken 3 games in these 4 losses. So it's always been a game 3. Just they just have to close these series out from, I don't know, I don't if it's a maybe drafting or a gameplay issue, but they're not looking as bad as an undefeated, like no win team. They definitely show some promise. It's just going to be if they can pick up the pace because they don't really have any other chances to just give away like losses to other teams. They just have to win out from now on.
Yeah, I mean, they get a chance to play against Rush next week, and that's probably going to be the one that decides their fate. Keep in mind, I believe the playoffs are fairly forgiving when it comes to opportunities to actually make it into them. Granted, there will be a gauntlet, so as long as you can position yourself as close to possible, um, I mean, that's all you got to do, right? I believe. Uh, and Gojo's gym. I mean, we've seen bright spots from this team. Obviously, they were playing with a sub this week. They didn't have their mid laner and were forced to use a substitute. So that is unfortunate. But hopefully, if they're able to get Mikasa Ackerman back, they could potentially find their way back into this split.
Yeah. I mean, I
But
also wonder if that was like a consistent sub as well, because I mean, it wouldn't be the most insane thing to change out your roster when you're like a 0-3 start. So maybe we'll see more games with Astro Boy, and maybe they just need to build up a little bit more chemistry since he's a recent addition to the roster.
all right. With that said, I think we're gonna do some back checking to see if we're gonna do an interview. I know it is late, so thank you everyone for sticking around. We'll be right back very shortly with that. Hello, everyone. We are back as I'm going to slide back to my chair so I can fit into the frame. Hello, we are here with Matty from XSV Hydra. How's it going, Matt?
Hello, hello.
You had a fantastic series playing AD carry. for this Hydra team. It is 2 weeks on stream, and I believe 2 wins as well for you guys. One against your sister team, and one today against Gojo's gym. And with that said, you guys are undefeated currently on the season. I guess my question to you is, as we move towards the end and the latter half of the season, do you think you can keep it up? You guys have your cross group match versus Khan next week, and that I believe is going to be a fairly exciting matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any team that's beating us and making us undefeated in our group, and the cross groups are Con and Sin in the last week, so I mean, maybe Sin does something, but when we play opponents that we actually think deserve to be played against, then, you know, shit like the rush game happens where we just 2-0 stomp and move on.
So, I mean, I guess I'll follow that up. I think you guys had cleaner gameplay against Rush. Was that just like just respecting Rush and just like taking them more serious? And then like against Gojo's, we were just like, let's just play whatever we want, and then it kind of ended up as you guys dropping a game.
Yep, exactly that. We don't. I mean, none of us prepped. We looked at their OP for the first time after we clicked ready in the draft. I don't think these guys are going to get a single win for the entire split. They are complete ass. So it really comes down to we locked in a bunch of random stuff that we wanted to play around and try in game 2. I mean, Sutek was literally looking up Nasus clears while we were loading into the game.
Oh, we
So,
Yeah,
realized.
he was too slow.
We
No,
realized that.
we knew your top layer didn't really play Rek'Sai and your jungler didn't really play Nasus, and I'm not gonna say it was evident because that might be a little rude, but it was evident.
I know
Yeah, I
Sutek.
mean-
That motherfucker doesn't play. He doesn't play
Nasus.
Nasus.
That's
I
not
know.
that's not a Sutek champion.
No, it
Yeah.
is not. No, it is not.
Speaking of Sutek, actually, given some interesting stuff going on across the series, and I'm sure probably last week as well. I just was not here to see it. When it comes to in-game planning and shot calling in games and deciding who's going to be where on resets and what lanes are going to be split push, who sort of leads the talk in game and the communication amongst y'all?
I mean, this is probably the first team where it's actually just like a shared thing. So like, sometimes it's Sutek, sometimes it's Espada, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's Lave or Maddie's handbag. I mean, it really is a shared thing. We don't have like one person that kind of calms everything, which is pretty
Uni,
nice.
is there
So,
is there anyone when it comes, I guess, more to objectives that has the final say?
I think objectives, it's usually me or Sutek that like we calm if we are playing it, if we aren't playing it. And then once in a great while, you're gonna get BKP yelling, "This guy's inting, man, kill him!"
Sounds
So
on brand.
I mean, especially all of you guys were like kind of on your games. I think last week Espada was actually doing some insane work. I think this week it was the Chovy on Mr. BKP's keyboard and mouse. He was doing a really good job. Do you guys have like a sort of an idea of like do you just like play into like a specific play style, or it's just like like BKP has the better matchup this week, let's just like let him cook, or like give Espada the more carry champions, because like I personally know Espada is more of a tank player, but this week he was like playing the Zahen, playing the Rek'Sai, a little bit more of the aggressive stuff.
yeah, I mean, it really just comes down to like I think versus the best teams, we'll have a very like it'll be very obvious the things that we play. Versus like middle of the pack or worse teams, like we just kind of lock whatever and don't care. I think the beauty of Hydra is that any role can carry at any time. Like you guys saw it last week with, I mean, in even game 1 tonight. The last week against Rush, Seraphine had a 3 or 4 man ulti that pretty much just won the game. Tonight, Ali Ori combo with a 5-man shockwave. Sutek had Wukong game, like again, I think it was against Elysium, where he just literally won the game solo. Espada's had Renekton games where he's winning the game solo. Like it's just any role can carry at any point. It doesn't matter.
Fair enough. Well, with all that said, Maddie, we're gonna allow you a chance to go celebrate with your team. But before that, you got any shout outs before we get out of here?
Yeah, I mean, shout out Lave, Gaxi, Yuki, as always. Shout out Hoodie Chris, that guy is complete ass. Gojo's needs a new AD. Shout out Gojo's Gym. Thanks for the entry fee. You guys are ass. Please drop out as soon as possible.
Good comms. Good comms. Well, thanks, Matt. You guys, you can head out of here if you want. If not, we're just gonna do our little bit of ending spiel. All right. Well, with all that said, we are here at the end of week number 5. We got a few weeks left of the regular season. We got some fun, exciting cross group play moving forward. We got some, some very hard truths that some of these teams are going to have to reach for themselves in the coming weeks. But Crawl, anything before we get out of here?
No, I mean, thanks to Flay, I've been a full-time caster after 2 years. So, shout out to Flay.
Perfect. I won't thank Flay for anything, but you can do that. With that said, I've been Septi, joined alongside Crawl. We got Romeo doing both producing and observing, so shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Remember, we got the Rage Bait feature. It's super awesome. Join the Discord. Link your Twitch and your Discord for players and coaches in the stream and watching from your computers. And if this is a reminder to you, make sure you submit your VODs for the CCS Revival replays. And with that said, I've been Septi. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next week.